right, everyone, and we are here, and I hope that we are good. I'm really hoping that we don't have a lot of droppages, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Right now, we're not having any frame rate dropping, but we are recording this as a backup. So if it ends up, just absolutely tanking, we'll have this up on YouTube. But that's not why we're here to talk about this. We're here to talk about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. So why don't we go ahead and recap a little bit? Because as you can see, we have two of our peoples here.
Yes.
We are missing one of those peoples.
One of them.
But we have another one of those peoples.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who's back from his lovely trip to Canada.
Yes.
Or Canada.
At this point, I'm going to assume those two are the same person and they just change bodies.
Periodically.
I haven't seen the same room.
Exactly. But let's recap a little bit as to what has transpired recently. What happened while Mr. Arthur cowered downstairs?
So, before I say this poorly, what was the boss we fought's name? I know there's a god, but I don't remember off the top.
So you know that he was referenced as a Dark Wraith.
So, Retardar took us upstairs.
Very serious name, guys.
Very serious.
Excuse me.
Tried to go get the Dark Wraith herself. Then we convinced her that we could take her to the West Wing. There's no reason, because she had never been to the West Wing. So, she's like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we start walking. She turns a corner and goes, oh, hi!
Hi.
And we're all just kind of standing there, not really knowing what's going on. Long story short, we ran face first into the Dark Wraith. He decided to take her head off instantly.
Yes,
Really?
because she was charmed, and she's like, I gotta help my friends.
Yeah.
I have to vouch for them.
Yep.
These are great people who stumbled into here, and they deserve to go see the West Wing with me.
Yep, did not work very well. We immediately got into combat. We got, for lack of a better word, dicked on for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He definitely laid a hurting on us.
He hurt.
The narrator saved our ass.
Yeah.
Telling us that there was a beautiful chandelier above us that might have something that could help us. We lit up the chandelier. Beldar got critted. David went down.
Yep. Cassian just immediately. Yep. Cassian went down.
Yep.
The little wizard was rather frail.
Yep. Oscar hit a clutch fairy fire after 2 attempts, though.
2 attempps, but hey,
It did save you.
saved everyone.
Utility spells, they're not just for for flair. They are very helpful.
Oh, very much so. It also.
When the enemy goes invisible.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was the big saver. Oscar managed to just barely make it out and defeat the Dark Wraith. Cassian decided to loot. We got a Sword of Shadows, or a sword covered in shadows.
Did you guys actually add the item to your inventory?
I kind of added it to my bag here. I just added as custom item. I put Wraith armor and Wraith sword.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to learn more about it, but I'll tell you this, because you guys do remember that the actual sword itself, when you were kind of playing with the fog and everything.
It kind of dispersed the fog a little bit, or just kind of
kind of disperse, absorb something. You couldn't really tell what it was. Something happened when it interacted with the fog.
Yes.
But yes, it was the weapon from the Dark Wraith. But yes. So, carry on.
Cassian looted a hand axe and a sword. A great sword, I believe. We ran to go back downstairs the way we came in, and that is where we ended.
Yes. One other note, though. You guys started to go down the hallway towards the West Wing, right?
Correct.
How'd that go?
If I remember correctly, it was covered in shadows.
It was. And you also started getting a really creepy feeling.
Yes, there were religious symbols on the wall. None that I recognized, but there were definitely some symbols.
You were there for that.
And
I just don't remember that part.
I got some bad juju. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, maybe if we can figure out this fog.
And you were able to see a little bit, see more in him, obviously. And you're like, yeah, we should probably go. Yeah. But you guys,
surprising out of me.
It is. And one other thing, you guys did decide to try to go back towards the treasure room again, realize the fog was still there. And I think you ended up trying to go into the fog, right?
This is when we were the level
That was-
below.
The first
When
he was here.
There wasn't a level below. It was this upper level.
Was it this upper level?
Yeah, it was this upper level, because that's where you were trying to get to that treasure room.
Oh yeah, I used warding wind.
Yeah, warning wind. And then what happened when you did that?
So I went in there and took a couple steps, and I thought I was going straight in there, but then it kind of magically put me out. So I thought I was going to get through it, and then I just saw them on the other side. So it kind of just went. It's kind of what it did to me.
But you did end up feeling a sensation. It felt very kind of caustic.
Yes,
I felt that as
Singed
well.
and burned.
Yeah, burning. It's a burning sensation. Once the wind like warded off and everything, I felt a little bit kind of like grazed me, and it felt very toxic burn in a sense.
Awesome.
Fun.
Very fun. Well, I think we've covered basically everything in case anyone wants to, jump in. Think we're good?
I believe so.
All right.
We good?
Well, we will go ahead and kick it off then as we go ahead and move forward. So, as this adventuring party ends up proceeding down into what would be the staircase leading out of where they've kind of been as of late, they're going to start walking in that direction. And as you begin taking these steps down, kind of being careful of the traps that you know that were remaining on the stairs that Retardar ended up pointing out to you, you're delicately kind of going down as you're going to see what looks like a shadow running up the stairs towards you. You're going to notice that shadow actually is pretty familiar. It's the figure that's pretty easily to make out is Arthur. And it looks like Arthur is running up there almost in a panic as he's kind of contemplating to himself, like, why is it that all of the fog downstairs is pouring into the windows? Why can't I leave? Why can't I find my way out?
Wait. There's traps here, there, and there.
I look up.
You're not going to see anything up there, but you might be convinced.
Okay, well, we need to go. Leave. I assume everything up here went well, so very good. Yes, we should go.
I don't know if I'd call it well. I mean, just
Well's an over.
just kind of
exaggeration.
kind of dripping off of me.
Arthur, as you're kind of like in this corridor looking at everything, you're going to end up seeing the smoke and the fog and the mist that seem to be pouring in through all the windows actually has completely consumed this area behind you. And it seems like it's kind of oozing in, almost kind of ushering you into that hallway.
Well, now we know what happens if we try to stay in here too long. I think that is more than likely to do this.
This is the downstairs corridor, by the way, not the upstairs corridor.
Oh, okay. So it's just completely covering the.
Basically, so here's the upstairs corridor. Here's the staircase you guys went down. This is where you meet Arthur. It's been pouring in through all the sides down here, and it looks like it's almost kind of funneling you into the hallway that you guys are currently in.
Ooh,
Yes, up we go.
back up.
But it's why go up? There's problems up there.
That's our only way out.
There's more of this up there, though.
It's everywhere.
That has to be our only way. We can't go down. We'll just die.
Can't go up. We'll just die.
There's more of it. There's more of it down here than it is upstairs. We have to find something upstairs. Hold on. I want to take out the armor and the sword.
Yeah.
And I want to just inspect them really quick.
Sure. I'm assuming you're not casting any spells or anything. You're just giving an inspection.
Yeah, just kind of looking at them, feeling if I see if like that same kind of like aura is coming out of it or anything like that. If I see any similarities between the armor, the sword, and the fog.
Okay. Yeah, so one of the things you're going to notice immediately is the actual armor itself is going to end up having what is kind of shadows and mist kind of pouring out of the edges. And it looks like it's almost kind of one with the mist almost. As you're looking at the sword a little bit more, you're going to see the sword is also just kind of pouring out this kind of shadowy, misty energy, and you're actually able to kind of recognize it as something maybe even familiar and akin to you. I want you to go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
It's a 17.
Okay. You're going to end up recognizing that there's some kind of arcana energy almost falling out of the sword and falling out of the armor.
I feel like the sword and the armor might be of use for us.
We tried the sword.
We tried the sword, yes, but maybe if we don them both, if someone dons both of them, we could try to give it a try. Let's
I mean, I'll put it on, but armor doesn't look good on me.
just move this upstairs quickly.
That's what I've been saying. Please.
All right, we're gonna go upstairs.
Okay. So as you end up going upstairs and kind of finding your way, carefully avoiding all the traps that have already been set, and you're very aware of it at this point, you're going to get to the top of the staircase. You're going to end up seeing that looks like the smoke is almost like walls of smoke that are kind of pouring down from all 4 of the corridors, except for the one that you're coming out of. It looks like the smoke's almost kind of falling up the stairs. It's kind of chasing you up the stairs. You're able to keep some good distance between you and the smoke and fog and mist, but it seems like it's almost kind of like arms or limbs kind of grabbing onto the steps and just kind of pouring out more smoke as it begins kind of moving farther and farther up the stairs towards you.
How are you feeling?
Hurt?
I'm looking for a potion. Anything.
Yeah, go for it.
You do have one.
I have one as well.
I have 2 potions of greater healing.
I have a potion of greater healing as well.
I'm gonna give you a potion.
Thank you. Piece of candy.
Greater healing. That's 4d4 plus 4. And then I'm going to drink the other one myself. And have no more potions. Math is fun.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to offer you the sword and the armor. Like I don't know if it'll work. I saw you with the sword. There was something with the mist, with that fog, kind of like pushing it away. Maybe if we try both of them at the same time.
Alright. Fuck it. I don't mind the sword. And I'll take the sword. And I'll just kind of like begrudgingly, like, I guess I'll take that too. And take the armor.
Alright.
I put them on, and they're way too big for me. Well, at least the armor.
Let me see. Hold on.
I'm gonna summon my healthy turret. Everyone around gets plus 10.
What I've remembered,
Plus 10 what?
Plus 10 temp HP.
the fog, the mist. Would I have known that it was necrotic damage?
You know, with your Arcana earlier, you probably would realize the burning sensation was coming from some kind of necrotic energy.
Necrotic. Okay. So that would not help with that spell.
And it looks like the smoke's beginning to kind of pour up the stairs even more. It's actually starting to get to the point where it's maybe about only 20, 30 feet away from you in the staircase.
Okay, now that I have my turret up. Where do we go? Is there anywhere to leave?
We've already been boxed out up here. But there's only one way to tell. I'm just gonna kind of like walk up to wherever the smoke is in front of us.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like,
As you do that, roll investigation.
That's an 18.
Okay. So as you begin kind of swinging the sword into the mist, you're going to end up seeing is the sword seems to almost cut through the smoke. It looks like it's almost not really doing damage per se, but it's almost taking the smoke with it.
And I just kind of like
As you do that and you begin kind of getting really close to it, you're going to end up seeing that it looks like the armor itself is beginning to kind of pour out even more smoke as it begins kind of touching the smoke and haze. And you're going to begin kind of feeling with your chest hairs that begin to singe and begin to burn as you start feeling weaker and weaker as you begin to kind of pull away. It seems like the armor is kind of rejecting you, and the sword itself is rejecting you a little bit as well, but not nearly as much as the armor.
The sword, I guess, works a little. I don't like this shit.
What do you feel?
Well, you walked through it earlier. I feel that on my nipples.
My nipples! Sorry.
My chest hair feels like it's on fire.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything radiant? It's always the opposite of
I want everyone to roll a wisdom save for me.
save. Oh boy.
That's an 8.
Is that a wisdom save?
I'm going to use inspiration.
You got an
Last
18.
Inspiration. And yeah, an 11.
11?
18.
18? Okay.
8.
8? Yeah. So, what languages do you guys speak? You're fine, Oscar. What languages do you guys speak?
Oh, okay.
Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
Okay.
1 second. Oh god. Oh god. I'm getting worse right now. Where is it?
Bottom left. Oh wait, you're probably on the out. on the
Features and
left side.
traits. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Languages known. I know one of them's abyssal.
When it is visible? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so both of you are going to end up hearing what is like a bellowing roar just rapidly, just going across your mind as you just begin feeling that your brain itself is almost shaking and rattling inside your skull as you begin to feel nauseous and start falling to your knees. And eventually you start feeling a tremor start going down your neck. It feels like you can't breathe for a moment. As you're gasping for air, you're just going to feel as if your head just is being just repeatedly beat, and as you feel your brain just actually going inside the cranium and just bouncing around between all the different sides as your head begins to ache and your body begins to collapse underneath you. And you're just going to hear what is gargled nonsense and yelling hitting your eardrums. Oscar, you're going to begin to feel the sensation, but you're going to be able to kind of pull yourself out of it as you begin hearing what is "Furas in and you think even more, and you think even more, and you're able to kind of shut everything out for a second, and you realize that it's a voice, and you begin hearing it in common, almost as it's speaking to you. You think an avatar of me was enough to defeat me? You are damned for thinking that would be enough. Arthur, as you're on the ground trembling and fighting, you're going to begin hearing more and more voices, but one of the voices you're actually able to pick out, and it seems like it's speaking to you in the Abyssal, saying the same exact thing.
Is this what y'all call a fucking hangover? Ah!
Not quite, Beldar.
It seems being preyed upon by the god. Again.
Again?
Oh gosh. I don't think we saw the last of that thing. It's still trying to come after us.
But you killed it.
That's what I thought, but no, it looks... Oh, God damn it. There has to be a way out. There has to be somewhere we can go.
There is no escape from this place. Only by defeating me will you ever see the light of day. Both of you are able to understand this. You still have this increasingly larger and larger headache.
Mm-hmm.
So both of you, for the next 2 minutes, disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
Do I set a timer?
No, it's going to be basically like 2 minutes of like us role playing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to watch the smoke begins kind of piling in even more as it is coming to actually meet you and is almost up to the top of the staircase where all of you are standing.
I'm kind of fumble my way back to you.
What kind of armor does it look like?
Well, I'm gonna kind of fumble my way back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, you were a architect or something with magic. What the fuck do you think of this? And I'm gonna try to like just...
As he's presenting this to you, you're going to end up seeing it in some sort of scale now. Looks like it's 100% magically enchanted and possessing insane properties, but it's just viewed and just oozing arcana.
What can I Does anything happen when he hands it to me? Like anything in my hands or whatever?
Yeah, when he hands it to you, you're gonna feel your hands actually begin to burn a little bit with all the smoke and everything coming out. But as you're feeling it, you're like, if I was attuned to this thing, maybe it wouldn't affect me.
I don't think anything will work with this armor. That sword might be of use.
Well,
The sword was the only thing that seemed successful for me. But I don't know. It's almost like the thing rejected me.
I want all of you to roll perception really quick. You two are disadvantaged, don't forget.
So that sucks. 14.
Perception.
23.
6.
Okay. You're the only one who's going to notice this. A cold breeze seems to go through the entirety of that open area that you were standing in once before where you were fighting. And as you kind of feel the cold chill begin to cross your neck as you turn and you kind of look into the room, you're going to see what is almost like a tornado of mist begin to appear, and it knocks out all of the lights in that room. And you're going to watch the mist begin to kind of settle onto the ground and disperses. Both of you are just fighting your headaches.
I'm gonna try to like fumble through and relight another torch.
Okay.
Just kind of trying to figure out. I have dark vision, so I'm just trying to kind of figure out. You said he wasn't going. Is he back?
He doesn't like the light. Maybe. I want to go to where
It looks
where
like the
torches
fog
was.
is at a point now. Fog. To that point where it's pushing you up, where you're almost standing in the face of what would be the center.
Do we hit it and then blow the fog out?
You could if you wanted.
So is all this also fog, or is this?
Not all that's fog. It looks like the fog's kind of coming in from all of the corridors that were coming across all sides, leading towards the center area.
Want to grab a torch, light it, and try to present it like near the fog, near the mist.
Okay.
I don't know if light will do anything to it.
Roll. Everyone make another wisdom save. And you guys still have disadvantage on. Yep.
That's a 17.
17?
12.
Okay.
God damn it, I rolled a 19 and there's my nat 20.
Alright, so 12,
17.
17,
19.
19. Okay. You're going to end up breaking out of this, and as you're able to kind of push all the voices to the side, you're going to end up hearing the voice again. You're still going to hear the voice, but you're still going to have disadvantage on everything. You're going to end up hearing the voice again as it begins forming an actual comment to you. You hear it as well, and you hear it in the Abyssal. There is no way for you to leave. You're trapped here with me. Put that light out. Embrace the darkness.
No.
It was talking this whole time?
Yeah. No.
How do you not hear that?
Damns be you, who thinks he can damn with the likes of gods.
Do I see anything with dark vision? Like anything going on?
Roll perception, and you don't have disadvantage anymore.
Do I?
I want to
remember what the name of this guy? Dark.
Yeah, roll religion for me. It's a disadvantage though. Can someone hand me another Miller?
Yeah. Do you want a beer?
Oh yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Got that one.
What you got?
Miller and salty beer.
This headache is like debilitating right now.
So he mentioned that. Would I be able to do? Can I try to do a kind of like a history check or a religion check to know like I need like the gods of like the darkness or anything like that?
Yeah, go ahead and make a religion check. I guess I'll let you choose because you. With your time studying with the monks, I'll let you choose. So it's gonna be religion or history. Your pick.
Really, either one, honestly.
Up to you then. Just tell me the roll.
Yeah. 13. Because I have a -1 on either one anyways.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
You're thinking about it, and all you remember is that the name. It was something to do with what was it? It's a dark wraith. It was.
What's in the name? Authorized name.
Wait. No, it's. He's not a true god. He's a demigod, an anointed being of somebody. But why? Why is this magic so familiar, but so different at the same time? Necrotic? What?
Do you not recognize another?
No, don't call yourself a god. You are no god. You're something else.
What were you saying that in?
I'm the chosen of Phatos.
What language are you saying this in?
I'm just.
You're just screaming this in common?
I'm just yelling this in common.
Okay. Roll persuasion. Disadvantage. And don't forget, you also have those levels of exhaustion too. So.
Well, how many dice do you want me to roll for this? That'd be like 3 dice. 3 dice, take the lowest.
All right, you're good.
The answer is
Whoa,
yes.
I got double 18.
Really?
It never happened.
Now you have to roll the third dice. Damn it.
All right. So as you end up saying that, you're going to end up hearing a little scoff.
Is that with your modifier? 18?
22. Okay.
Okay. You believe that to be enough. Your Thautos is chosen. Both of you are going to end up hearing this voice too. Your Thautos is chosen, yes. You will bring her out into the plain. You will damn all of humanity. I know this to be true. But that does not save you from me. She has no power here. I control this world. You're going to watch as more and more smoke begins kind of piling in size. It looks like his words almost meant nothing.
Can you do a history check on Thautos?
Yeah, because he said that loud. Yeah. All right, so you guys are going to have to be standing inside. So kind of determine where you guys are inside.
That's a 13.
And then I need everyone to roll a perception for me again. Said 13.
Yeah.
Was the torch doing anything?
The torch seemed like when you put it into the smoke and the vapor, it looks like it kind of pushed some of the vapor away, but then the torch ended up just going out.
You said a persuasion or
Yeah.
perception?
Perception, yeah. And then your other roll is what?
14 for perception and 13 for history.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's really coming up outside of what I already mentioned, Reginald.
Okay.
Okay. I said perception is 14.
26.
26. Okay. Somebody's wise. That's good. So, as this is happening,
in perception.
damn, that sucks. All right, so did everyone determine where they're kind of standing right now?
Yeah. I would have backed up a little bit right here.
Okay.
Kind of
I'm
like.
gonna kind of follow the light.
So yeah. His torch would be the only thing that you guys have. Okay, so that's where you guys are going to be
And I
standing.
lit my own.
Okay.
Tried to keep it.
So Reginald, as you're kind of looking around the room frantically, as you're hearing more and more voices just kind of going and just cackling on what's happening, you're going to end up just looking over your shoulder. You're going to see what is like the faintest look of a face kind of protruding from the smoke. And the face begins to grow in size. It seems to grow to be about the size of a full-fledged man. Then the face begins to fade back into the smoke as you watch blue eyes linger for a moment as you see what his lips begin to protrude and says, "Your power is useless." Roll initiative.
Oh my god.
With disadvantage?
Let's go. Okay.
You know, my advantage on initiative doesn't suck when I'm rolling like shit.
Hashtag relatable.
I rolled a 12 with advantage.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I got 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You gotta understand, I'm used to my plus 10 wizard. So.
That's true, yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Alright, so let's go above a 20.
23.
23? Okay.
I think I rolled a 12 last time for initiative too.
Alright, and what are you, gents?
3.
12.
Wow, 3?
3. Pick number 3
below.
Number 3. Something you should know in our last fight, the apparent specter of him that we fought, or whatever it was, had legendary actions. Like,
I don't see how that's important.
Yeah, every time we have a turn, he also just gets one. You know?
yeah, pretty much.
I don't see why that's relevant at all. So anyways, All right, so we're gonna be going to Reginald.
Okay. Okay. Use bonus action. Just summon my spectral arms again.
This isn't what you're fighting, but this is the face pour out the smoke. This is where you saw the face pour out the smoke, and then the lips kind of disappeared. So that's where you last saw it.
Oh, so he's in that direction?
Yeah, that's where you last saw him. Is in that direction.
Okay. Poof. Spectral arms come out. Okay, so I wouldn't see him in my immediate space, so he wouldn't have to make a save of any points. So I'm a Hakalugi over there.
Hakalugi.
I'm a Hakalugi. Turn in that direction. Gonna cast Fairy Fire in that general direction of where I last saw. So he's going to have to make a Dex saving throw of 15.
Okay. Doesn't look like you see anything light up.
Bitch. Alright. Here goes on my first level spell size. Shit. Okay. Just going to hold the torch around, just peer, and have just my staff ready. Fellas, in that direction, and I point over there. That's a face, glaring, icy blue eyes. Not liking this one bit.
So
And
we have to go from.
my headache.
Oh, my head is pounding.
I'll end my turn there.
Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and. So, Arthur, what you're going to end up seeing is you're going to watch the giant face begins to form in the shadows, and that face is going to start kind of falling out, so the smoke begins to fall out with it. As you see, like there's a giant hand go out to the ground and start crawling towards you, and it takes a couple of steps out. You're going to watch as one giant hand swings over, is basically like 10 feet in front of it. And the giant hand comes crashing on top of you. That is going to be a.
25.
It's going to be a 21 to hit.
I want to see how much shield we get. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna take that.
Okay. All right. So that's going to end up being a total of. 12. Oh no! Wait. Look at that again. Sorry. 13 force damage.
Okay.
And you're gonna watch as this hand of like smoke and mist and fog just comes and smashes down on top of him. So it looks like it's almost making out what is a spectral like look of a humanoid hand, but just 20 to 30 times the size. And it looks like it crashes down on top of him. You're gonna watch as this figure begins to turn. It almost creates more of like a humanoid shape, and another hand begins crashing down on top. It's gonna be a. What's that? It's gonna be a 16 to hit.
I'm now going to cast shield as a reaction. So no, it would not hit.
Okay. And you're gonna watch as the second hand crashes down. The shield barely deflects it as it smashes onto the ground. But as this happened, I need both of you to actually, I guess anyone who's in this direction looking, go ahead and roll perception for me.
I'm looking.
My reaction to this is when he said he's this way, I'm gonna look the opposite way because he walked up behind me and smacked the shit out of me the first time. When I see this out of peripherals, I'm looking opposite direction.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You said perception?
Yep.
23.
I got 12.
12.
21.
Okay.
29.
Amen.
So I'll let you actually do this one with advantage. So whatever you rolled the first time.
15.
15. Okay. So all of you are actually going to realize this. That when the hand slammed onto the ground, and the other hand slammed onto the ground, as the hands were pulled back, almost back towards the body, as you begin standing upright, it looks like the smoke actually remains, the mist remains. It looks like you're standing inside this thing, almost engulfed in this entire smoke, as you feel your skin beginning to kind of singe and burn.
Well, on my turn, I would love to leave.
Me too.
Actually, she's a green one because that
Yeah.
So
As a reaction, I move 30 feet into the air.
okay.
Would I have noticed anything when he swatted it, like when he
Alright,
swung
so-
his torch around? Would I have noticed anything happening to the smoke?
So I need you to go ahead and make a con save now.
With disadvantage?
Well, I'm not facing him. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So, well, yeah. Right now, at disadvantage. Yeah.
Whoa. 19.
19 is actually looking pretty good.
I saved, finally. For now.
All right.
My head still hurts.
So you're gonna feel this singeing against your flesh as it's almost beginning to kind of like pull and pull and pull on you as you are able to just kind of gain the fortitude to stand up, even through the pounding headache and migraines. All right, going to Beldar.
Arthur, can you light the chandelier? No, where?
I thought the chandelier was on the ground.
Oh, it's not on the ground.
Okay. Yes, of course. Just,
Dude,
I'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Don't worry, give me a minute. I'll go after you.
Well, that's
and
fine.
whatever else, whatever
that was kind of. I'm gonna hold
6 seconds, guys.
I'm gonna hold my action to see if he attacks.
Okay.
Like if I see a hand come down, I either want to. Can I dodge? Can I?
You could, yeah, you could, I guess, hold your action to dodge, but
Okay.
it's up to you.
That's
Take the dodge action.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my action to take the dodge.
Or not, yeah, not hold your action. Sorry, you're right. Yeah, you just dodge.
You're just gonna
Dodge
use
action.
you're gonna take the dodge action.
Take the dodge action. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's what I would like to do.
Because dodge is no, it's not.
They get disadvantage on attack.
It's
rolls on it.
disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So you're just gonna do that, Arthur. Going to you.
Whoa, no legendary actions? Oh, I shouldn't remind him. Anyway, I am moving immediately out of the shadow space that's here.
Sure.
Let me go this way.
So, what is this? Let me double check this really quick. All right, I need you to make an Arcana save. You're starting your turn there. So.
Yep. Oh my god! Whoa! That's a 19 again.
19 again.
Yes.
Good for you,
I have
man.
a +6 on something finally useful. That's
Crazy.
crazy. I love when there's no dex saves involved. That's like way better. Okay. I look up and light a firebolt and then shoot it right at the chandelier.
Okay.
See if I can light it on fire.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll against the chandelier.
With
Disadvantage.
disadvantage?
We're gonna make you roll to see if you get out of it here after this.
Ooh, okay, that's... Yeah, +7. Oh my god. Okay, surprisingly, it's another 19.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the chandelier. You're gonna watch as the chandelier begins to light up, and the entire area begins to just exude light. As that happens, you're gonna end up seeing that the smoke on the ground begins to almost kind of disperse, as it seems like it's kind of moving away from the light. And you're gonna watch as the smoke that's pouring out of the creature and avatar, or whatever it might end up being, seems more dispersed.
So does it only light up kind of like the middle part?
Yep,
so we
that entire circle part.
Okay, but
That
it
circle
doesn't
part's
like move back the smoke or reveal anything about what...
Nope, the smoke's still at the
shape
edge of all the corridors and
Okay,
everything.
gotcha.
Yep. Every corridor is blocked off with smoke. Actually, here, I'll kind of annotate
Okay.
that for us really quick. Oh, shoot, did I bring it back there? I think I did.
Molecules. Okay, cool. So whole ass area.
The whole ass area.
was like, I
and
was
then that
thinking-
area was, but now it's not.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action Vom with my support turret, so if you don't have 10 temp HP already, you get it again.
A little bit of HP.
10
2.
HP. I just want to like look around the room real quick for
Okay.
anything else in terms of like, I don't know, anything that's
Investigation.
yes, that with disadvantage. Okay, that one's not going to be as good. That's an 11.
Okay. as you're looking around the room, it's hard for you to focus on anything. And so you see the light's kind of dazing you as you hear more voices, and your head's just throbbing as it feels like your skull is just being just repeatedly beaten. And it's hard for you to make out much of anything outside of the fact that you're now standing in the light.
Okay. All right. And I will back up a little further away. Go right there. And my turn.
Okay.
You say you didn't see anything?
I'm just like hunched over, holding my head and backing up.
Okay. As you end up doing that, you're going to end up hearing what is a voice just echoing and bellowing between everyone. And you should make another wisdom save for your end of your turn.
Bruh. Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay. So you still have disadvantage.
Yep.
So you're going to end up hearing another bellowing roar as it kind of comes from this voice, and you're all going to understand it. You're going to hear it in abyssal. No, not like this. Minions, it's time. Rhaenyra watches, and immediately she, or he, or it, flashes into a plume of smoke, disappears, and in its stead you're going to end up seeing what are 4 shadowy soldiers coming out of the remnants of what was once her.
Okay.
Alright, going to their turn. By the way, we didn't go to the top of initiative, so this is all part of the same initiative order.
Okay.
Alright.
So they're after me.
Wow. So you're watching this one as it's taking a step in. I want everyone to make an investigation really quick. Or I guess perception.
Oh, hell yeah.
11.
18.
18.
18? Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Alright. So both of you are going to end up recognizing
That's
something.
crazy.
That is crazy. Bro, you were fighting that headache, man. Good for you. So both of you are going to end up recognizing.
You got a pocket full of Excedrin over there. It's got Claritin.
Oh, it's actually Clarion!
For once, it's actually clear.
It's clear.
So,
W in the chat for clarity.
right.
W in the chat.
So you're gonna end up noticing as this one shadowy soldier kind of steps into the light, you're gonna immediately watch as it looks like they just weaken and start kind of collapsing, as it looks like they're moving slower and more lethargic as they're walking over towards you. So that attacks me, you, Beldar.
Hey, it's not me getting attacked. But I'm about to be anyway.
Alright. So one of these attacks is going for Arthur, one's for Beldar, and then one is for Reginald.
Did they get disadvantage on me because I have disadvantage?
We'll talk about that.
I have an aura of disadvantage.
An aura of disadvantage.
Alright. It's going to miss against you. It's going to miss against you. I think it might hit against you, so that's going to be a 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that is going to be 11 necrotic damage coming through. You end up feeling what is just a blade that's not even a blade, that kind of crosses you. It seems like it's actually just all smoke and fog as it kind of just passes right through, and you feel almost draining bits of your flesh and taking it with you. It looks like your skin's intact, but it feels like you just lost pieces of yourself as the blade hits.
Pieces of yourself.
Does it remind me of the getting hit before, like what he did the first time?
Not nearly as much, but it does kind of feel a little bit like that. All right, going to the top. Reginald.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see. What a pickle. I don't know where to go. Option A, option B. You know what? We're just gonna go with option A right now. So we're just gonna.
Which is blammo.
Yep. Just gonna two-hand whack
Whack-a-mole.
this guy in front of me with my staff. 17 a hit.
A 17 is going to not hit. Oh wait, no. For those guys, yeah, that's gonna hit.
She'll say, oh, oh, okay, all right. So that guy, the damage.
I'm gonna shit a break over here.
I didn't realize. I didn't look at the staff like what you're swinging at.
Oh.
I'm like, No, that doesn't work. Yeah.
You are fucked.
So he's going to take 11 magic damage, bludgeoning damage.
11 magic bludgeoning damage.
Yep, going in front of me.
And you're gonna watch as you hit that, and the smoke immediately just kind of disperses. And you're gonna watch it begin to almost form a pile of smoke in the base. It looks like the light immediately disperses it.
Cool. Bonus action.
Swing again.
Go to this guy. I'm gonna with my arms of the astral self. And that does. Let's see. That is above a 20 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
22. Okay, that is going to be 6. That is going to be 5 force damage.
5 force damage. Got it. Cool.
Okay. And let's see. I'm not even going to bother to use that as my reaction. I kind of figure it's not going to work. So I'll just I'll hold off there.
Okay. Awesome. All right, going to the Dark Wraith. So you're going to end up hearing what is a bellowing sound kind of crossing the hall, saying, "I still have time to play with my food." And you're going to end up seeing what is a face begin protruding out of the wall. And that face seems to be higher and higher and higher up in the wall than it was before. And you're going to watch as what looks like a plume of fog and smoke begins to cover the entirety of the ceiling. It looks like it knocks out the light. You're going to watch as the Shadow Warriors beneath you and right next to you begin actually coming alive even more. You're going to watch as the face begins to fade. Go ahead. It is going to go to Beldar.
Let's go, Belda. That completely fucks up what I'm gonna do, but I guess I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna swing at the one in front of me.
Impotent rage!
That's a 22 to hit.
22?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to hit.
That is a 9 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
If he's still up, I'm gonna hit him again.
Yeah, he's still up. It looks like now that the lights are out, he's a little bit more resilient.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
And that is 18 damage.
Okay. Yeah, and that is going to end up knocking him out clean. As you end up hitting him, you're going to watch the shadows immediately just try to start to disperse and begin to almost cover the surrounding area.
Are you swinging with the sword? Shadow sword?
Gave you the sword.
Okay.
I mean, I can.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, going to... Unless Beller has anything else.
Nah, that's it.
Okay. You're going to end up hearing what is another kind of laugh come off from the distance. When that happens, you're going to hear what is a distinct word. Thump. As you watch as what looks like all of the mist in the room begins to kind of reverberate and then almost like crush as you feel the entire building shake. And even that little puddle of smoke in front of you, the mist and the smoke right in front of you just kind of implodes for a second. Going to Arthur.
I kind of remember where the chandelier was at. I'm just gonna blast it again with a firebolt.
Go for it.
With.
Disadvantage.
Don't forget it.
Forget it.
That's crazy. I got a 16 and a nat 1. So.
Okay. As you end up shooting up at the chandelier, your headache's definitely kind of starting to get in the way as you try to shoot, but it looks like it doesn't hit. It hits the ceiling. It's more difficult to see, especially when the entire room is black.
Damn, you're so forgiving. That could have been so much worse as a nat one. Shoots the chandelier down or something. Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, you are.
Good, sir.
Do you want me to change it?
No, I'm expressing gratitude to the god.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Bonus action, my Vum Vum thing again, so still 10 temp HP. Perfect. And there's a guy next to me. Yeah. I kind of have my shield ready to go. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Alright, going to this guy and this guy. So one attack's going to be going at you, Arthur. One's going to be going at Reginald.
Okay.
Alright, Arthur, that's going to be a 12 to hit.
Miss.
It's going to be a 14 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. So both of them are going to end up missing you. And then we're going to go to... oh, they haven't died yet. It's amazing that they've managed to survive this long. Marvelous.
Alright.
Going to Reginald.
Punchy McPunchy fisting that dude. Right?
Alright.
Oh no, actually changing, hitting him with my staff. That's what I'm doing. If he's still up, just bonk right there.
Bonk.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 is going to hit, yes.
Okay.
Kablamo damage.
There's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage, natural bludgeoning damage, going right on. Just boom.
Yeah, got it. He is going to immediately go down.
Okay.
Wow.
And as that happens, you're going to watch as a plume of smoke begins to form right in front of you.
Okay. It's. Are they going this square or that one?
It's like that's closest one.
Okay. Gonna go. What? And I'm gonna punch that dude.
Okay.
Magical punches.
I'm assuming you walked around the smoke.
Yes, I did. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
15 to hit?
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
Okay, sweet. That is going to be 5 force damage.
Okay.
Going on 10.
Gotcha. Alright.
Okay, that's me, my turn.
Alright. Going to the Dark Wraith. Now that I have your attention, you're going to watch as the face and the body begins to fall out of the walls. It looks like it's only the upper torso. And it looks like 2 hands begin coming down. One's going to come right down on you, Beldar. That is going to be a 27.
His armor class is a 28. It's kind of wild.
It is, really? Bro.
Crazy barbarian.
Bro, that is wild. That's pretty loaded, man. That's good. Good for you. So that's going to be a total of 17 force damage.
It is.
Okay. And you're going to immediately watch as a plume of smoke begins to form around you. Need you to make a con save.
With double advantage.
What's a 12?
12? You said plus 8? Wait, what?
I have a plus 8.
Oh, and you got a 12?
I got a 12.
Oof. Big oof, my guy.
Big oof. Alright. So as you end up sitting inside this plume of smoke, you're going to end up feeling as your body begins to kind of deteriorate and begins to kind of collapse as your lungs begin to burn and your skin begins to singe, and you're going to end up taking a total of 9 necrotic damage. Right. And then another hand is going to end up coming down right over onto you, Arthur.
Oh boy.
Wow. All right. Okay.
Crit time?
No, it's not going to miss. I'm sorry, it's not going to hit. It's definitely going to miss.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. So you're going to watch this hand come down, hits the ground right next to you. You're going to hear a cackling, and it says, "You think Thanatos can save you?" You're going to watch as the smoke begin to kind of plume out around you.
Oh my, that's not fair.
All right. Going to Beldar. You also have to make a
Con save.
con save.
With.
Disadvantage.
Okay, that is a 10.
Okay.
So I'm probably taking damage this time.
You're going to be taking a total of 3 necrotic damage.
I can't do that. I'm down.
Not the same, like, holy shit.
Now we're good.
Alright. Going to Beldar.
I'm going to move towards the middle.
Starting your turn, con save.
That's 21.
Okay, you're good.
I'm going to move here. I'm going to...
Who are you attacking? What are you attacking?
I don't know, I'm reading. I'm going to rage.
Okay. Probably a good idea.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah! I'm going to use my elemental claver to go thunder damage.
Okay.
Fire, thunder, lightning, yeah. Thunder damage. And I'm going to just overhand yeet. Well, no, I'm going to use my javelin
Okay.
to throw directly towards where I got attacked from last time.
The shadow, the hand.
the-
Okay, yeah. Because he's still like present there. Yeah.
Okay, then yes, I'm going to throw directly at him.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
And you're gonna watch as it looks like the spectral smoke just begins to kind of dissipate as this javelin lightning just goes and hits the wall. It seems like the neck begins to reform as you see what his eyes begin to kind of glow even brighter as you see what his a mouth begin to open and almost like weird fangs and rotting decay begins pouring out of a smile.
My javelin's going to reappear in my hand. Guys, this shit sucks. I'll give it a turn.
Okay.
I can't double attack on a thrown attack, can I?
Look that up really quick. I'm gonna run the Russian really quick. I think you.
If you have extra attack, you just
Yeah.
get an extra action.
If you have extra attack, I think you can. It's just whenever you make the attack action.
Yeah. You just get another hit.
And that counts with throwing weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
That counts with throwing weapons.
And like bows and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw it again.
You're gonna wreck it.
So he's just like a plume of smoke, right? From what
He's just like a giant, like, humanoid thing that comes out of the wall. I'm imagining, like, something from, like, Universal. Right? It was just like... and then
he terrified me as
Yeah.
a kid.
Remember
exactly.
Galactus from Fantastic Four? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
Okay, I might try to do something then. Just fucking,
I just need to relight this thing.
Roll a 24 to hit.
I'm gonna just
Hoping it
fucking,
works.
just gonna fucking aim from 1 second, dude.
Please, Daddy DM does a 24 hit.
I forgot I have a radiant weapon, demon. I can shed 30 feet of
All right,
radiant
my fellow
light.
DMs and others. What do we determine?
He's hitting
I
you
can.
again.
He's hitting again. Okay, let's do it.
And I rolled a 24.
24 is gonna hit.
Alright.
Returning javelin of returningness.
And an extra. Ooh, and I can reroll damage. That's gonna hit more. So it's gonna be 11 piercing damage. Magical. No. Not magical.
Not magical.
Not magical.
That's important.
It is.
and 1 thunder damage.
So how much non-magical?
11 non-magical and 1 regular.
Okay.
One.
Well, my weapon is imbued by the lightning. But
Did it say it turns it into a magical weapon?
1d6.
But does it say it turns it into a magical weapon? That's the important part.
Against the throne property. Oh. Something I didn't read. I can throw my hand or my greatsword or my great axe.
So there you go. For
Becomes
next
the
time.
throne for the next time. But I'm alright with the javelin. No, it does not.
Okay.
The infused benefits of the weapon are suppressed from the creature other than you wield it. No, nothing magical.
Okay, cool. All right, you're gonna watch as the javelin ends up hitting actually right in the middle of the smile where this decaying fang is. It looks like he kind of grabs the javelin, begins to pull it out before it goes and teleports back in your hand. And it looks like it took very little damage from that. Okay. Going back to Beldar, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Arthur.
Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna hit this fucking chandelier.
Okay.
Walk in, bro.
But first, I'm going to put my shield away, pull out my mace, and like smack it on the ground, and cause it to give off radiant light up to 30 feet.
Radiant light up to 30 feet.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good thing.
It's a weapon infusion. Yeah.
That's a good weapon infusion. Let's go ahead and mark that really quick, just so we kind of know what's affected.
Right there, sir.
So, 30 feet.
I
Yeah.
think that's like almost the entire room. Like 30-foot radius or diameter?
30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah, that's this whole area.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna watch as like all of the shadowy figures in here just immediately begin to kind of like decay a little bit and start kind of collapsing ever so slightly as the radiant light is being pushed out.
Hell yeah, brother.
Is the smoke still lingering?
The smoke is actually not lingering. It is going to end up fading.
Oh, it just fades away.
Yep. You're going to watch as the smoke begins fading away.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like. So I'm going to not have my shield out and still be and then going to blast the chandelier above me.
just
Yeah.
get away.
You're going to what?
I'm gonna blast the chandelier above me.
Okay.
So
Make your attack roll.
I thought you were trying to get rid of the picture.
wow. Okay, I'm gonna use meta magic. I'm going to
Meta magicking.
do a seeking spell and hope that this new d20. That's it. That's a solid 14.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to hit the chandelier.
Okay.
The chandelier is lit. Thunderbolt.
Yes. Okay. And there's this still shadowy figure next to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all my actions, so I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay. All right. You're going to end up hearing a voice again speaking to everyone. You need to roll that wisdom save.
You guys think I'll make it?
I hope so.
Does a 9 do it?
I don't think that's gonna do
That's
it.
close. That's a close one.
It's close. You're getting closer. You're working your way up. You're going to hearing a voice roaring. Now you die. You're going to watch as he takes a turn. Alright, so you're going to end up watching as he immediately begins to kind of turn over towards you. You're going to watch as the mouth begins to kind of reel back as the fangs begin to almost shoot out. Kind of almost like what would be like, the things from a snake. It just kind of shoots all the way up, almost up into his face. So you watch just smoke, fog, and mist begin spewing out from the giant cone in front of him. I need all of you to make dex saves.
My favorite save.
My least favorite save. That's a 6.
Okay, cool.
I think I have it. Oh, I'm really good at that.
I got a 14. I hope that's enough. Probably not.
I don't think mine was enough.
26.
26 is going to save. The rest of you are going to end up taking 14 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
You're gonna end up watching as all of this fog begins to kind of settle on the ground, and then begins to immediately disperse. Due to your light.
I'm the light.
You are the light.
Right in my eyes.
All right, going to last remaining guy over there. So he's going to end up just kind of retracting and trying to keep his form together due to the light as the shadows begin kind of dispersing. You're going to watch as another blade attack ends up coming through. 14
That meets it.
meets it. Okay.
Shoot.
All right, and you're going to end up taking a total of 4 necrotic damage.
Don't do that.
All right. Going to. It is an unfortunate time that we see these travelers in. The light may be their saving grace. Going to Reginald.
Okay.
You're gonna watch as he immediately turns into a plume of smoke. Oh no, never mind. I'm assuming you're gonna attack him, right?
Just hit him. 1 time.
Are you gonna attack him or no?
Does he turn into a plume of smoke immediately as my turn starts?
No, I'm saying I'm assuming you're attacking him. He's gonna immediately turn into a plume of smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If he was still there,
He was still there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
I was just grabbing it.
I was just gonna do a quick punch.
Yes.
at
Okay.
him.
So you only I'll only make you roll an attack roll for it.
Okay.
So yeah, you got him. There you go. he was 1 HP, and I'm pretty sure he's just gonna attack. So I'm like, I'll just go over there. I'm like, wait, I didn't ask him if he's gonna attack. It's like, it's fine. Okay, he's 1 HP. You got him. Okay. He has all these other negative effects being in light. You got him.
Yeah. You got him, champ. Yeah, there you go. That's my boy. All right. So I would use a bonus action, just unarmed strike him, just punch him right in the schnoz. Go 5, 10, 15. Go right up on him. Action, second level spell, Warding Wind. So that is going to be 10-foot radius.
Okay.
On me. So deafens me and other creatures in the area, extinguishes unprotected flames in the area that are torch size or smaller, hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by strong wind. Wind is 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
An area is difficult terrain for other than me.
Okay.
Attack rolls of ranged weapons. Attacks have disadvantage if the attacks pass in or out of the wind.
Okay. Okay.
So
you're gonna watch as you begin walking closer to him. It looks like the winds and everything, and the zephyr just begins to kind of pull off more and more smoke. And you see what is almost a humanoid figure standing in the midst of the smoke for a brief moment. You see like almost like a part face as you see tiny eyes.
I'm gonna go right into it. I'm gonna just book it right into it. I'm gonna use reaction. I'm going to use flurry of blows.
Okay.
As well. So I'm gonna get another punch in right into him.
Okay.
If I can land it.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 18.
18's gonna hit.
Okay, alright. So I'm actually gonna have like my larger arms going and I'm just gonna be like "Rah!" And then just bam right into his face. He is going to take max damage. 9 force damage.
Cool. You're going to end up hitting what is not just the figure surrounding this figure. You're going to end up hitting the exact figure in the middle, square in the face. It looks like the neck is kind of blown back as comes back and starts facing you again.
Found ya. And then I'm just going to be standing right there and it's just... He's not going to hear that. He's just going to hear... I found you! But in my head, I'm like, found you. As I'm just gonna be right up on him.
Okay.
Let's see, action, bonus action. Okay, I used a key point for that. Okay, that's gonna be it. So, and I'm keeping concentration on Warding Wind.
Okay. And so, explain to me Warding Wind, how it kind of works for dispersing things, just really quick, so I can kind of understand.
It basically just said anything of fog, smoke, or vapor that is in my vicinity just kind of disperses it.
Okay.
Here, I can give you the technical.
Yeah. I want to kind of hear technically what it is.
It hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by strong wind.
Okay.
So hedging out, it kind of just pushes it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you're like inside.
I'm inside the thing, and I'm just kind of pushing all that like smoke and everything.
So do we
away
see
from
like do we see that in the middle?
You wouldn't be able to probably see the figure, but you would see that he's like standing inside of what is this giant like smoke mist-driven figurine.
basically.
You're gonna see Zephyrus winds just kind of pushing
I want to
everything
make it
around.
like the Avatar Last Airbender, just like the circular.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's gonna be it for me.
Okay. End of your turn, you're gonna end up watching as the figure begins raising a hand. As you watch, there's almost a shadowy, misty hand begin kind of going straight up into the air. Then that hand's gonna crush down right on top of you. As it looks like the smoke's even being pushed away, the hand's still managing to make contact with you.
Okay.
That's gonna be a crit.
Ooh.
All right,
Let's
so that's
see,
going to
baby.
be. So that would be. All right, that is going to be.
My body is ready to receive.
My body is
Okay. 16 force damage. Then you usually make a strength save.
16. Pitiful. Okay. All right. What can I save?
Strength save.
Strength save. Ah! 5.
5. Okay. And then after that, you're going to end up just feeling as his hand begins.
Wait. This is important. Okay, it says.
Okay.
Stands up.
Okay. You're going to end up feeling as his hand begins crushing and crushing and crushing and forces you down to the ground. And as you're pinned on the ground, your Zephyrus winds are kind of moving about, and you feel like you just can't do anything. You're going to immediately feel as like your bones begin to almost fracture ever so slightly as the hand gives off pressure. And you just feel like you're just not able to do it. You're going to end up having disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay, I'm just gonna let out just kind of like a scream. Well, I'm just gonna hear the winds. Yeah.
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls. It doesn't end. It's just disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Okay. All right. Going to Dark Wraith. Just gonna watch it immediately turns and looks you dead in the eye. As another 2 hands come up, and both in succession come crushing down to you while you're lying prone on the ground. 24.
24. Yeah.
Another crit with the disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see it.
So the non crit is going to be a total of 16 force damage,
Okay.
and hedges it. Okay, so you're not going to have any con saves or anything, because with their you're not going to have it because if it was attacking them, then it would still linger for a moment before the light disperses it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your winds aren't even going to because your winds just basically force it away, so you don't even have to worry about the con save. What were you going to do though?
No, it's absolute minimum. Okay, wind stay up.
Okay. And then the crit is going to be 25 force damage.
Okay. Alright. Wind's gonna fade.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, you down.
Down. And you're going to watch as the Zephyrus winds begin to kind of slow as you end up seeing the figure begin kind of looking down and turning its glance over towards the rest of you.
You son of a bitch! I'm Yamcha posed on the ground.
Alright, going to Beldar.
Am I able to attack and drag him back within the same action? Well, not like the same turn, I should say.
So interacting with an object would be an action.
We still have the radiant light everywhere, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna look at him and go, I'm probably gonna die. been fun. I'm just gonna kind of run in with the great axe, just kind of swipe down somewhere in the middle.
All right.
Final,
Make your attack.
let's do it.
Oh, you didn't share that there was a figure in the. Okay, never mind.
27.
I couldn't say it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just.
Wind.
All right.
That's 27 to hit.
Yeah, 27's gonna hit.
It's going to be 18 damage, and I'm going to use a Strike of the Giants to add more damage. Nice. 18. That's 24 damage.
Okay.
And he
That's
needs
a
to
lot of
make,
damage.
And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. DC is 17.
Okay. He fails.
He
16.
has disadvantage on all attack rolls until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And I'm going. Hold on, let me mark that off. I'm going to do it again. Shit, I rolled the wrong one. I rolled straight for damage. That's a 15 to hit.
No, that's not gonna hit.
Alright. After that, I'm going to. In my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to be basically right there. And
All right. Going to its turn. You're gonna watch as another hand just begins slamming down top. You'll watch as it gets blacker and heavier as his hand begins to crush down, trying to pin you to the ground.
14.
16. Okay. Good. So you're gonna watch as this hand begins to kind of crush down with you with an overwhelming force. You're gonna end up taking what would be 10 force damage, and I need you to make a strength save.
No. I'm down.
Oh, you're down?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
Okay, is it my turn?
Well, we're going to be going to Arthur, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, cool. I first shit myself. Second, I go over to Beldar, and I have my mace. I'm like looking up at the guy. Does the smoke like?
It looks like the
dissipate from
smoke's
him?
kind of dissipating a little bit from his face as you get the mace like really, really close.
Okay. Okay. I use. I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to do Quicken Spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Beldar.
Oh, right, because you're an artificer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot because you have that because of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that he had healing spells because he's support.
I have a healing
Yeah.
spell.
I have a healing spell in it. It's not the best in the game. I
gonna
could
do
just
it.
say arise from like.
Yeah.
It's like arise.
It's a good way to do it, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
You gotta
it
do it.
from I'm gonna do
Arise.
it with 4th level. So I'm just gonna fucking need that shit big time. 4d8 plus 4.
4d8 plus 4.
Ooh.
That's some big boy games right
that's
there.
No
Healing.
disadvantage.
Good
Ah.
No,
7.
You're right. There's no disadvantage here. You
Raise
gained the system, bro.
10. Yeah.
Something else arose in ya.
14 and 1 more. That's a 2. Wow. So 16 plus 4, so 20 HP.
Wow.
You said for. Oh, did you already add the plus?
Yeah, that's with everything.
Nice. I immediately go from like slumping down to hitting the ground and coming back up.
Sweet. Okay. And then since
So you
that-
are still prone, though. You are still prone. Just remember that.
and then I quickly go to Reginald, who's not far away, and with my bonus action, since it was Quicken Spell, use the same thing, but this time a 3rd level spell, 3rd level Cure Wounds. So it's 3d8. Ooh. 4, still okay. 9 plus 7, so 16 plus 4, 20.
Nice.
Congrats.
Nice, bud.
That's good.
Okay, so 20 HP. I have done everything at that point. and I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move away. Okay.
You're still prone.
You're still prone.
Oh, I'm still prone, right?
Yeah, and you still have disadvantage on your stuff because the healing. Never mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just.
You still have that effect. Yeah, you still have that negative effect.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
All right. Going to the end of your turn. You're going to end up watching as the shadowy figure kind of begins grimacing towards you. Datas's magic was not that. Ugh. You're going to watch as the smoke just begins to immediately fade into the ground. Four soldiers pop out.
Guys, you should get up.
Alright. Going to their turns.
No. No.
So, two of them are going to go towards you. Reginald.
Okay.
Two of them are going to go towards you.
Alright.
So,
Wow.
so that is going to be... I actually think that's going to miss for the first one. So that's going to be a 13.
That's a miss.
Wow. That's with advantage. Okay, that's going to be a 14. Going to you.
Mia.
That was a 2 and a 4.
No!
Then it was a 3. That was a 3 and a 5. All right.
That means I'm gonna get a 20 and a 20 and a 20 and a 19.
Okay. So that's going to end up being a hit for you. So that's going to be a 21.
Yep.
He's advantage while he's prone.
And then the second one is going to be 14. That's crazy. Okay. So that's going to be 2 hits on you.
Yep.
So
They're weakened.
that's going to be 7 necrotic, 4 necrotic. Alright. Now, going to...
Reginald.
No.
Narrator.
Yeah.
The narrator. It would seem that every time he does these abilities, it causes some of his life force and essence to fade. His size shrinks, but have they noticed? Go ahead, Reginald.
Guys, I think he's shrinking. Let's see if we can bait out more of these guys. Alright. Stand up. Drank.
Pass out.
Potion of healing superior.
Drag.
That is
Do the dice. Do the dice.
8d4 plus 8. 8d4? 8d4 with the. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
7.
Is there anything you're supposed to press on this or hold?
No,
It's a little stuck. That's why I just stuck on.
I haven't been using it much. My bad.
Gotta fucking give it that good shit.
8.
Okay. Nice. Alright.
Guys, feel free to rip it as much as you want. I'm barely using it.
Sorry, Rick.
Healed. Okay. Got 28 HP back from that. Let me see. Bonus action. Okay.
Bro, that's crazy. I made another 3 sales during this session. That's crazy.
Let's go,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's popping
Alright.
off.
Popping off, ain't that right?
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, boy.
Alright, fucking punch this dude right in the fucking face. Bonus action.
And you still have the radiant light going, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that
doesn't go away.
Yeah, because that. Okay, just remind me every time damage is done, so I don't forget. But yes, okay, I just need to make sure I remember that effect.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Okay, and you're gonna watch as you hit, strike, and how much damage you done?
We are doing. We're doing 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yes.
You're gonna watch as you end up just punching into the shadow, and the shadow just immediately disperses onto the ground, creating a little plume, and the smoke begins to slowly fade after that.
Okay. Oh shit. I hit that
Do you have
one.
another rage? Nice.
should have tried it in the morning. Okay, no, I'm gonna end there.
Okay. Going to the Dark Wraith. They're going to end up hearing kind of a cackling going in between all of the walls and coming out of all the smoke. Right next to Reginald, you're going to end up seeing a face begin to form on the wall.
How you doing?
As you watch a hand begin towering over you and going to slam right on top of you.
And love
Wow. Okay, 15?
Nope.
Oh. Second attack. 25.
Yeah. I really wish I was a fucking real close.
So that is going to end up being a total of 6.
Really wish I was full health on this.
What do you think?
14 force damage.
Okay.
He's still up, baby.
You're still up? Alright.
Still up.
Alright. And you're going to end up watching as it hits the ground and the smoke still lingers for just a moment. Roll a con save.
It's lingering.
It's lingering. It looks like it's fading, but I still need to make a con save.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's good.
This is pretty cool. That is a 15.
Yeah, okay. You're going to end up kind of fighting off the sensation to kind of acquiesce to the smoke and to the decay as the rest of it begins to linger away. Just like that. Alright, going to Beldar.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Beldar's going to stand back up.
Can I help you?
Rage.
Rage.
Don't forget, Reginald, you also have your companion, so
Yes.
just something to remember. So.
Yeah.
And I'm going to imbue my great axe this time with fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack the one in front of me on my
Gotcha.
right.
Cleave him.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice. Good.
On the shadow
On the shadow figure.
Yeah.
HP.
Let's go.
It does add the damage though. I finally figured it out.
There you go.
You were like rolling for like 15 minutes at work.
I was rolling for longer than 15 minutes. I rolled for most of my life.
You couldn't get a nat 20.
13 damage.
Yeah, you're gonna watch as actually the fire begins to hit, and you're gonna watch as the smoke and the vapor and everything just begins to kind of fall apart, almost as if the fire is just completely obliterating it.
Alright.
It's like fire might be really effective.
That one's going to be gone. I'm gonna turn
again.
and smack the other one. 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, well, it looks like we just got a notification that we had.
It's like dropping in and out.
Yeah.
So it's a
Oh,
little.
I get a great screenshot from where my phone froze. It was him mid, like, just whoa!
Well, we went a long time without it happening, I guess.
No, it was a great hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah, but I still have the recording, so I'll be posting the recording up. So.
I'm going to turn and hit the other one. It's 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yep.
Yep, that's gonna do it.
I'm going to turn to the guys and be like, fire seems to really work.
You're great if I have fucking fire.
Go back up a little bit right in between them, and that'll be it.
Okay. End of your turn, Beldar. You're gonna end up watching as this face in the wall begins to kind of form, and as you watch this massive wave of necrotic smoke begins pouring out in the cone in front of you. And you make dex saves.
Dex saves.
All of us?
Yes, everyone.
I rolled better than last time.
What do you roll?
11.
11.
11.
I got a 12. So I'm probably still gonna.
Hey, I found out 12 doesn't work.
Yep.
26.
26. Okay.
That should work.
You're good.
I'm dexterous.
You guys,
Yeah.
both are going to end up taking 19. Fire damage.
Oh.
I have 2 more sorcery points.
Alright, going to Arthur.
Okay. We really need to stop doing this. And by stop, I mean slow the fuck down. I move just next to Beldar, but I look at the face on the wall that's still there.
Yep, face is still there.
And I cast slow on it. So
Okay.
it has to make a wisdom 16 saving throw.
Okay.
Pretty good. 16. That's pretty about average.
He's gonna fail.
Okay. Slow is just basically the opposite of haste.
Okay.
So -2 AC.
Okay.
Okay, an affected target speed is halved. It takes a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. It cannot take reactions. On its turn, it can take either an action or a bonus action, not both. And it can make only 1 attack if it takes the attack action.
Okay. Only 1 attack.
Correct. An affected target repeats the save at the end of each of its turns, ending the spell on itself on a success.
Okay. At each of the end of his turns, he ends up doing the save again. Okay. Cool. Alright.
And then I use my 2 sorcery points to quicken the spell, and that is all my sorcery points now, to do a 2nd level Cure Wounds on you while I'm right next to you. And that is 2d8 plus 4. And that's a solid 9 HP back.
I actually don't think I ever took my 9 away from before, so it works. Kick me out of D&D, so I'm going back in.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm going to back up 1 space, and that's my turn.
Okay. Alright. Going to the shadow right in front of Reginald. So that shadow is going to end up running over and trying to get flanking on you against the wall.
Okay.
And that's going to be an attack with advantage. I don't think a 15 hit last time, right?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, I'll move him to the other side of you.
So he's like,
No,
Oh.
not him. The
not
the
you.
shadow.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
He just
I
got
misheard.
flanking. No, you're good, you're good. Okay. Alright, going to... It is good that the smart one has all these spells of healing. If only they had more healing to keep them going, they might survive. Going to Reginald.
okay. You're down right now, right?
Yes.
He's prone but alive.
Oh, he's,
Yes, no.
You have 9 HP.
Okay. I agree. Have HP. That's what I. Okay.
Barely, but yeah.
Barley. Turn around. Rock and sock on that dude. That's a nat 20 to hit.
Yeah, okay, he's down.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
God fucking damn it!
I know, it sucks.
Turn around, pure anger, just fucking. Gah! Krakatoa, call lightning on the face in the wall.
Okay, got it. Let's do it.
He needs to make a dex
It is like the whole
save.
DX, like...
Was that? It's 14.
Alright, he's gonna fail.
Okay.
So he's going to take the full 3d10. That's what he says. Weird looking once.
Slowed.
24 lightning damage.
24 lightning damage. Got it.
Going on 10.
Okay. 24 lightning damage. Ouchie. This thing is looking bloody. Looks like the smoke is
Bloody
really,
smoke.
really, really dispersed now.
Okay. Clouds are gonna linger right up above.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just yell after he did that?
Sure.
Hey, I don't know if you heard me, but fire, not lightning.
No fire!
Okay.
Anywhere in my arsenal.
All right. Anything else, Reginald?
Action, bonus action, can't do a reaction at the moment. We're good.
Okay. Going to the Dark Wraith.
Darkness.
So only gets one attack, and
Cannot take more
cannot
than
take more than one attack.
like
can't
he
take
only
a
gets
bonus
one
action.
action or bonus action.
or action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to end up watching as a giant hand comes crashing down right on top of Reginald.
Bring it.
Is that disadvantage then?
Nothing like that. Unfortunately.
It's going to be 20.
Oh, yes, cut.
You have another shield.
Nat or.
No, just a 20. It's not that 20.
Okay.
It's just a 20 to
Hey,
hit.
that boom would be pretty.
Ooh, okay. 22 force damage.
Don't tell me that.
Oof.
Yeah, one of them was max damage for the dice roll. So
Still
all right. Okay. You don't have a Zephyrus going?
No, I lost concentration when I went down.
All right. So you're gonna have to make a con save then if you watch the smoke cloud blinker.
It's great though.
Okay. So you're gonna end up taking a total of another 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm still up. Barely.
Okay.
I'm coughing and hawking my lungs out.
Well, you're up, I guess.
I'm on this guy like a fucking tick.
All right. Going to the shadow. You're gonna watch as the shadow just kind of begins retreating back into the wall.
Oh, this fucking cut.
You're not gonna see him. All right. I want you to go ahead and roll perception for me.
Okay. That I can do. That do.
He's hiding in.
By the way, you need to roll a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I finally end disadvantage.
I did as well.
7.
I got a nat 20 and a 16 plus 2.
That's
So
Oh, you're good.
18.
You finally no longer hear the voices in your head.
God, it's been 4 rounds.
Oh my god!
my God, I'm alive.
I mean, you were almost at the point where you were gonna have a minute and you would have been done anyway.
Yeah.
So like we're getting there. You're good one way or another. Like
21.
John. So what you're gonna end up noticing is you're kind of like watching as the shadows in the wall seem to move, and the shadows in the wall seem to kind of protrude and almost kind of have this like water-like texture. You're able to see what is a little bump that doesn't seem to really move with the texture. It looks like it might not have had enough to fully move away, and it might still kind of be like lingering in this one spot in the wall that seems to just barely be protruding.
I'm gonna point out to that spot and I'm gonna yell it out. That spot right there. Aim for it.
Right? Going to Beldar.
I'm gonna get up,
Drink.
drink.
Pass out.
I might need to drink something. I'm gonna.
Another drink, son.
You need one?
My boy. No, that's what he's asking for.
my boy.
I am actually. Let me know.
The only thing that's left is Modelo's.
Father, help.
I guess.
We only got 2 of them left. We'll be done with them tonight. I'm gonna run straight at the wall and smack where he's pointing.
Run
Yeah,
Gabe.
go for it.
So,
So he is protected by partial cover, so just bear that in mind.
does that mean I have disadvantage?
No. It just
It adds plus 2 to his AC, I
It
think.
affects his AC.
Yeah,
So it basically is almost nullifying what
Yeah.
he did. But he couldn't fully go back into the wall, so you at least have attack. So
rolled a 23 to hit.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's gonna hit.
That's 14 damage, and I'm going to use
Magic, right?
Yes, magical damage. Magical slashing.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my last Storm Strike to smack the wall. She has to make that DC Constitution saving throw.
He passes. I'm just assuming it's a 20, so
Yeah, 17 or higher.
yeah.
That's still going to be 4 thunder damage as well.
Okay.
And then I am going to smack the wall again.
Smack.
Go for it.
That is a 14. So it's
14's not gonna hit. You're gonna end up just hitting directly the wall, and you're gonna hear as your blade just clings up against the cobblestones. And
Okay. I'm going to kind of just back away a little bit.
okay. All right, going to the creature. You're gonna watch as that little hole in the wall ends up becoming lips, as the giant plume of necrotic energy begins pouring out of it. Looks like all three of you are going to be in range. Dex saves.
With
Not
Can I
disadvantage.
just say I'm downed again?
Did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
You're going to probably be down. It sounds like.
I got
Oh,
a
no.
non-natural 1.
Oh no. I got a 13.
13? Okay. All right, that's going to be a total of. So let's see. Okay, it's actually kind of low, so it's only going to be 7 necrotic damage.
Holy shit.
I'm down.
Oh no. Fuck. I have to like. I don't think temp HP will bring you back to life.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You have to be up in order to receive temp HP
Yeah.
benefits. I think so. You can double check me on that, but you
I
Google it.
wouldn't-
Google it.
I wouldn't be
really quick.
surprised, honestly.
Yeah, Google it really quick. That's crazy.
That was life saving.
Well,
Literally.
I'm looking at it and it's like, okay. Probably the lowest damage roll I've had all night.
That's saying something.
I know.
5.
They actually, all my rolls tonight have been pretty average when it comes down to their damage up. It's like, oh, okay. Alright. Other than like 1 or 2 crits, but like,
Yeah, it doesn't revive the character.
yeah, I
Act
figured.
as a buffer, just absorbing damage.
That makes sense. Yeah, basically putting like a force field around
You
them.
don't have anything when you like drop to 0. You like can do something to resist falling down.
To resist falling down.
Yeah.
No. Normally with. I can't do anything against like necrotic damage. So if it was a normal element, yeah.
Yeah.
But necrotic, kind of fucked.
All right, going to actually who? Arthur just went, right? No, Beldar just went.
No.
Was that the guy?
The Wraith just
Wraith just
Yeah,
Well,
he just
the,
went.
the Wraith just went, but this,
After-
I was the last
Yeah.
player to go. Yeah.
yeah. So then, yeah. So he used his
it's-
legendary action. So now it's going to
then it's
Arthur. Okay, yeah. So that's where we are. We're going to Arthur. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so it's just. Is it still just the one spot in the wall, or is his face protruding now that he's.
His face is protruding. Now.
Okay, so. Swag. Okay. I'm going to go to Reginald. And then I'm going to
Well,
cast.
I guess no. So no, it's not his face protruding. Sorry, it's one spot.
Okay,
it was just the lips that kind of protruded
Okay,
out the
you
blue
just do
smoke. Yeah.
real quick. Plug.
What kind of wall is this? What kind of place? I know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you again, Reginald. Second level.
Love
I have one more second level spell slot. 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus, I'm right next to both of you, so I'm going to bonus action. Boom, boom. Both get 10 temp HP. And I literally cannot do anything else. And I'm going to back up my original amount of space.
Support and hard boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
not even my
Holy
shit.
But between this entire fight, between lighting a lantern, holding a lantern, healing,
Come back, please.
Radiant energy everywhere.
Arthur's basically fucking MVP in this fight.
Yeah. Beldar, you and I need to dish out some heavy damage right now.
That's gonna going down.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
trying
about-
to do right now. Like,
All right.
deciding whether or not to just use spells or just go red attack.
Okay, going to. In the leader's absence, a smart one seems to be really stepping up to the occasion. Could it be because of this unknown energy that he's received from his patron Thatos? Going to Reginald.
I'm wondering the same.
Okay. All right. I owe you a drink when we get back from this place. Face is still right there.
Lips, but yeah.
Lips.
Still gonna be partial cover.
Okay. Go up to it. Use my last key points. Summon arms of the astral self again. Anything within 10 feet has to make. Oh, let me see. Was it a bonus action or no? It is a bonus action to summon it. That's what I. Okay, has to make a dex save.
Okay.
A 15.
He's gonna fail.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say 2d4.
Yerp.
That is.
Smack him on the mouth.
That's just gonna be 2 force damage.
Right in the kiss. What's that?
No, it's just gonna be 2 force damage.
Okay.
No. So that bonus action. Main action. I'm going to hit him with my staff. That is going to be above a 20.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Okay. So
Yes.
that is going to be 9 bludgeoning damage.
Magical. Or no? Magical. Okay.
Yep.
All right. He's not looking good.
Okay.
He never did. He's an asshole.
Fucking deek.
He's evil.
Fucking deekhead.
Not good.
That's that is going to be. You know what? You know what? No, not gonna risk it. No, that's me.
All right.
Nice. Good shit.
Going to the Dark Wraith. You're gonna watch as a hand and the face begins to just protrude out of the wall yet again.
I'm gonna look over to Arthur.
17.
Stop.
That meets it. Okay.
You don't have a shield?
All
Have
right.
your vote.
It's going to be.
Cast shield.
It's going to be 19 force damage. You need to make a con save.
Oh.
Well, it's good knowing you, pal.
Go for the con save. Right?
Guess what? I'm still up, baby.
Oh my god.
Wait till you make the con save.
Damn it!
Wait. I think I have. Oh no! Wait, that's advantage on concentration. That's
Do you have inspiration?
no. That's
Should
a
be, he should be really inspired right now, I think. I would be inspired.
What save
watching
was it
you
again?
get up like that.
What was it?
What save was it?
Constitution.
Concentration.
Constitution.
Constitution.
Not concentration. Concentrate on your constitution.
Concentrate. I'm constipated right now.
Concentration?
Concentrate on your constitution.
6.
Constitutional.
6.
6.
4 necrotic damage.
Oh, fuck off. I'm down.
What?
I'm down.
Oh, okay.
I had it 2.
Okay.
I had 2 HP.
Oh, well, there was no way you weren't going down. There was no way. I rolled 2 dice, bro. There is no way you aren't going down. All right.
Okay.
All right. Going
Only attack.
to Beldar as you watch as it kind of retracts, and this time it retracts fully into the wall.
Drag him to the middle. Drag Reginald. Bring him to me.
No bump, no nothing?
Nope. Doesn't look like there's any kind of bump or anything. You can roll investigation, but
I'd love to.
Quick, bring Reginald back.
Drag.
I can heal him again.
what's that?
That's not actually.
You both die.
You can roll investigation. It would be an action.
No, definitely not.
just to grab him by his arm and then like throw him over.
Healing spell. Ah! Healing spell. Ah! Healing spell. Just let me die. Just let me die, Brian.
I'm gonna grab Reginald and just kind of spin and slide him back into the middle like a fucking Beyblade.
With the spin?
Yep. And then I'm gonna immediately like walk back next to him. I can very easily catch it.
I would not be mad if I took a hit from that. That would have been amazing. That would have been worth it.
Oh, I tried to slide you. I wasn't trying to be wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna make you roll a sleight of hand for that.
Man, we're throwing a body? Come on,
You're convincing him more, my guy.
That's 11.
As you end up tossing him over there, you're gonna end up just kind of like your face and you're just kind of like landing right on top of Arthur's boot.
Oh. Thank you.
Just ass up.
Don't immediately go like try to run, but I'm real short. Back away. Just like
Wow.
just like I don't know how. This is only gonna be my turn. I don't know how many more times you can do that. I'm gonna stand and swing because that thing's pretty bloody. But don't be afraid to run. And that's.
Your turn. Okay. All right, you're gonna watch. Your face re-protrudes from the wall. You're gonna see a giant smile as you see the face begin to fade back in the wall as the smoke comes out and it comes right towards you. I think Arthur might actually be far enough away. We're not gonna get hit by this.
Yo.
Yeah, I think you're actually good.
What?
Let me just double check. Is it 20 or 25? Oh, no, sorry, I was writing the wrong thing. No, you're gonna get hit, sorry.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, so it's gonna be dex saves for everyone. You're obviously gonna automatically fail, so.
Dex saves.
And I roll a good deck save my life.
Whoa, I got a 16.
Oh,
I hope that's not.
wow, okay.
I got a 9.
Arthur, you're the same, buddy.
That never happens, especially on tanks.
You're just gonna see Beldar just foaming at the mouth and just fall.
He turns around. No. Not you.
Alright. Look up dice, so it's gonna be
You wanna play rock, paper, scissors for you?
14 necrotic damage.
Oh, no. I'm gonna fall back through 2. And you said 2. That wasn't it.
Stop dying. Please, I beg please.
I'm gonna metagame. I have a potion in my bag. You don't know
I was
that.
already playing you up. So
Okay.
get you up.
Alright, going to Arthur.
Now that Reginald's right at my foot,
Ass up.
I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds. 2d8 plus 4.
Bro, literally, I don't think you guys would have made it if Arthur was
It's
here.
only 8 HP.
I'll take it, baby.
No chance.
Holy shit.
And then I'm gonna bonus action, boom boom with my
Yes, let's
support
go.
turret, so it's 10 temp HP.
I'm up, baby.
And then I'm going to move away, unfortunately,
Unfortunate for you.
for Beldar. So I'm going to move over yonder, right around there. Actually, wait, an eyelid. I'm gonna stay right here. Because, like, chandelier's still lit, right?
Yeah, chandelier's still lit.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna actually.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it.
Alright, going to. Ooh, quite a doozy. Well, at least the dumb one and the short one are still fine. Oh, short one's still. Ooh. Going to Reginald.
Okay. All right, let's get it. All right, let's go around. This time for sure. All right, this time so we won't get hit. Bonus action, Arise. Second level spell. You're gonna get a 2d4 healing word. So that is going to be just d4. Is that? Oh, d4 plus 2d4 plus 3. Okay.
Plus 3.
You hit 7. I'm about 7 HP.
Do I get the 10? Is that like a radius?
It's 10 feet around me. I don't know if you want to like give
Is it
them that.
will it continue?
Can you read it really quick? I don't know if it counts if they're down. I don't know if they can receive 10 HP if they're down.
Well, I can, but I don't know if it's a continuous until this next turn or like a.
It's like 10 HP is like basically indefinitely long rest, I think.
It says grants 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points to each creature of your choice within 10 feet of the turret. Can walk up or climb up to 15 feet as part of the bonus action. So I mean, I just have it on me, but it doesn't specify anything.
I mean, okay, I'll look into it. Remind me after this, and I'll look it up. But I'll say sure, you 10 HP because it does say specifically creature, and you are while down, you are still a creature. So I would assume you're also capable of getting 10 HP at least for the moment. So we'll play that. Just if you could look it up for me, Alex, actually. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. I think
What
it's
is your
unconscious.
turret? I'm sorry for
It's the protector turret.
Does it pulse out? Does it radius?
It would be like 8 too, like 8
Within
also.
10 feet of it originated, so like from it. But I was like next to both of you guys.
But like, so I guess the big thing is, does a spell like Aid apply to a target that's down? I guess that's really what the question is, because that's like really what it is. Like, can a down target still receive 10 HP?
No, they can only receive it when they're.
Okay, so they only receive when they're up. So even
Just if it was still his next turn.
okay, so then within the range of that thing, it's a one-time effect where like it triggers and it triggers up one
Yeah,
time.
it's like a pulse,
not,
yeah.
so it's like one pulse. And if you're not up during the pulse, then you don't get it. Okay, so then okay, yeah, so you don't get it.
However you wanted to do it, because it doesn't specify.
Yeah,
That's fine.
okay.
That's just I didn't.
Yeah, so you don't get to
So you're up. Action. Potion rate anyway. 4, 5 plus. Okay, 9.
You're giving settlement, but you're giving settlement.
Yes, I'm using it.
Sorry, sorry.
You're good. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move away a little bit.
The chandelier is lit, so we are like.
I'm gonna move right over here.
Until he immediately extinguishes it.
Best to split up, not stay too close together until he reappears. But I can't really attack him, so okay, I'm good for now.
Right, going into Dark Wraith. Watch as he seems to come out of the wall. He's still affected by the slow, right? How long does that last?
It's concentration, which I've been starting on. The only thing damage a lot of the time. I want to say it's a minute. Because it's like haste.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll find something.
Okay.
Slow.
Alright, so you're gonna watch and the giant hand ends up coming down right on top of you, Reginald.
1 minute. Hey, at least you had 10 HP.
Yeah, yeah.
14.
Not a hit.
Okay. And now I need you to make a con save. In the wake of the mist, it's still going to be mist that lingers for a moment.
6.
6. Okay. So you're going to end up taking a total of. What was it? 12 necrotic damage.
It hurts. Okay.
And the smoke is going to immediately disperse. Okay. Beldar.
punch him, hit him really hard.
Thanks, guys. And I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go right at him with the great axe and just overhead slash.
Okay, go for it.
With fire.
No, not with fire. It's gonna be a
Fire axe. Dude.
12 to hit. Can I? This might be too late. Can I recklessly attack?
Oh yeah, I think that's
Yeah, you can
Early,
recklessly attack. Yeah,
plenty early.
yeah.
That's a 28.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Nice.
Do it again.
That is 13 damage.
Magical, right?
Yes, magical.
Okay, he's looking really bad.
Gonna do it again. Does reckless attack go for both?
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, it does.
It's a 24 to hit.
24 is gonna
Yes,
hit.
sir.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
That is 14 damage.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking bad.
I don't think I have anything else that I can do. Yeah, I'm out of everything. I'm gonna stand there.
Okay. All right. End of your turn, you're gonna watch as one hand begins to turn extra black as it immediately comes and try to crush you and pin you down to the ground.
Okay. Can't take me down much further.
That is gonna be a. Oh no, he has advantage because of reckless attack.
Yes, it is.
That's a crit. All right, so that's going to end up being a total of 16 force damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Back down, lay on the ground.
Okay.
And don't worry, I
Here's my
have another one.
All right. Going over, you're going to watch the shadows are barely holding themselves together. You see almost what is the blue eyes fading, but you see blue eyes actually kind of appear in the center of what is this being that's kind of running against the floor and almost kind of just carried out of the wall, almost like an extended torso. It seems like it's just no legs, no anything, just kind of dragged against the ground right in front of you. You're going to see what is a face inside of that. For a brief second, as the smoke begins to kind of disperse slightly. Arthur.
Here we go. I move up to Reginald. Right there. Bonus action. Boom, boom. 10 temperature.
Sure.
Sorry, pal.
You are down, don't forget that.
Yes.
Not me like your character.
Yes.
And okay. All right. I back up right there, and I'm going to cast. No. I'm sorry. I don't back up. Stay right there. So if I hit it with burning hands right now, would it get hit by that?
Would it get hit by that?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone.
Yes.
Okay.
You would hit the creature, yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to do burning hands, and it needs to make a 16 Dex save.
And he has a -2 on Dex, right?
Correct.
With slow, okay. 16. Wow, okay. He fails. The -2 brought it under, so.
Woo! 3d6 fire damage. And I'm going to do that right now.
3d6 fire damage.
What was your routine today? I need to know it.
Huh?
I need to know it.
The pre-D&D routine.
You saw I was streamed and went 1 and 9 in Overwatch. It was horrible. It was awful. 10, 13, and then I get a plus my modifier, which is +4. So that is a 17 fire damage. Shadowy
do it.
fire damage. Oh!
Oh.
Holding the mace out in front of me, I hold it and kind of like expand my hands and just fucking shoot. Just shadowy purple, very opposite of radiant light, you know, just fucking all over, just fire right in his face, and just hope he just blasts away.
As you end up expelling what are these purple, bluish flames from your hands. You're going to watch as they end up kind of colliding with the smoke and the mist. You begin hearing like a singeing sound as you end up seeing when all the smoke begins to fade and the smoke begins to collapse and actually begins to crack and fall to the ground as you hear what it sounds like almost pieces of clay hitting the ground, shattering. As you end up seeing what is a being standing there in the middle, it seems like they're starting to get singed. You see a face kind of staring at you. You see what is a full face with pores, thick pores that seem to go all the way inside, almost like cheese blocks. The body is entirely black, but you see what are two eyes, kind of slightly lopsided, staring at you as you see what is smoke kind of beginning to puff out of the smallest parts, the pores on the side of his arm, just trying to puff out more, You're going to see what is the tiniest little mouth begin to open as you see what is more smoke and fog begin to pour out as it says, "You thought us chose well. You will." You're going to watch it immediately just collapses to the ground and shatters as it hits the ground.
Let's go! I turn to Reginald. I'm like,
Yeah! Ow!
is that knock him down?
It might. As this being falls in front of your feet and begins shattering, you're going to end up seeing what looked like something that might have been wearing. Like a mantle or something, or a cloak. Some kind of a hooded something. It looks like it's kind of laying in the remnants of what is this blackened clay and ash on the ground. You're going to watch the smoke all around begin to kind of retreat and fall and fade. As you watch a portal actually forms right behind you.
Cool. That's a cool rope. Hey, if you want, I'm gonna get our boy up really quick.
Despite the odds, it seems that these adventurers have come out on top. What should have been death, they prevailed.
They prevailed. Better than you thought.
The dumb one seems very insistent on his way being the correct way.
That is very much the correct way. I'm going to try to stabilize Beldar.
Okay. Medicine.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Yeah, you're going to stabilize him.
I'm just going to go over to Beldar and use my literal last spell slot. Level 1 spell slot. For Cure Wounds. 1d8 plus 4. There's your 4.
You get 8 HP.
And don't worry, I'll just do a quick little turret pulse. Just in case. But I do want to, I want to put my mace still glowing on my belt.
Okay.
And just kind of walk over triumphantly to the corpse. The dusty, shattered corpse.
Yep.
I want to inspect how to lightly pick up this mantle/cloak thing.
Okay. As you end up kind of figuring out, you pick it up. It feels like it actually has some like shoulder pads built into it. It looks like it has a good amount of figure and shape. As you feel that it's made of some kind of a blackened hide leather. But as you begin pulling it the rest of the way off, you're going to end up seeing that it actually has kind of this cape that's coming off of it in the back. It's not actually a cape. It's just a shadow. It seems to be kind of falling off as you kind of wiggle it around, like the shadow starts to move, and as you bring it closer to light, the shadow begins to completely fade, but as you bring it farther away, it seems the shadow begins to come out with this long draping cape.
Very edgy piece you got there.
This one should have known not to mess with the chosen of Thanatos.
Yeah, well, now he knows.
Bellar's gonna roll it over and like slowly sit up. Oh, you guys are really something.
I'm just
I
gonna go.
thought I was dead, like, and I just start counting on my fingers, so like more than 5 times.
Yeah, this unfortunately it's too much. Here, you go. I'm just gonna grab you like that. Just gonna push this into. This make you feel better. Just pour a little bit of whiskey. There you go.
It's like
Just pat you on the chest. Hey, come on, bud. Let's go.
I don't know how to feel about that, but appreciate the whiskey.
No problem. So I see the portal is open. It would be wise to probably go back home.
About how long has it been?
Roll survival for me.
Just anybody or
Well, he's asking,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
11.
yeah, you do that.
It's hard to tell. It's probably been a little over an hour and a half, maybe. Maybe a little bit longer.
What I've noticed that like is the fog like slow is just stable now, or is it like completely gone?
The fog's kind of stabilized. Yeah. The fog's still blocking the corridors, but it seemed like the fog's kind of receded, and now you actually see the walls of this room that you're in, but it seems like all the corridors still kind of retaining this fog. It seems like the fog's kind of beginning to disperse ever so slowly, but it's just hardly dispersing, almost like it's fighting every step of the way.
Do I see your cloak of shadows? Do I see you holding
It's
it?
I'm like holding it, but like the mace, the radiant light from the mace is like barely letting. So I'm just holding like basically shoulder pads. I'm guessing. Do I just have to like put my head through it kind of bit, or
Yeah,
is it
you
like,
can. You would recognize too that it has more straps and everything. It seems like this is almost kind of designed to be like not really like a piece of armor, really go with armor. It has enough like structure and everything. It's also to feel like kind of like shoulder pads almost.
Okay. Okay.
You feel like if you wore this with your armor, it would be really awkward for you.
Right, piece of the set. Sword,
Well,
armor.
I think we have some time here. We don't need to rush out the portal. In fact, if we do go out the portal, we'll have less time out there to inspect these items.
The smart one is getting very smart. Smart about the second one, might say, after this fight.
And not quite sure this narrator will follow us outside. But I do want to inspect what we've now gotten.
The narrator might be saddened to know that the story is about to come to a conclusion.
I do want to spend however much time ritually casting Identify on.
Okay. Yeah, you could. You would
these different
actually.
pieces.
You would have enough time to do basically all three of them. In that time, I'll give you the items.
Okay.
At the end of that, though, you're going to end up hearing the voice begin echoing, saying, "Uh-oh,
Well, hold on.
time seems of the essence." Go ahead.
Before he
Yeah.
does that, should we try and explore something? Maybe use some of these while we're here, find our way to the treasure room, or should we rest? Because either one sounds good.
I would love to rest. However, I don't know if the fog will continue on. It doesn't look like it's approaching. However, I don't know if that thing is just something else is going to come back.
Well, you said it's a piece of the set. Is it worth a shot, or do we? I'm not even. I'm barely like leaned up against a wall on my ass, like not.
This seems like a powerful magic item. If it's like any other powerful magic item that we've come across, you have to spend some time with it. Really, I don't think you'll get its full power just by wielding it immediately. I don't know how well it would work. You're more than welcome to try.
I guess, can we do it where I start working on like other pieces and maybe give you guys a sword so they can just like go to one of the corridors and start swiping at the fog?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll say the first one you end up doing is the armor.
Please and thank you.
So which direction was the treasure room? Enlighten me again.
So you can look at the stat block. It's Shadow Veil armor.
Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow Veil armor. Okay, so what do you want to do?
Which direction was the treasure room?
The treasure room would end up being down that corridor.
This one?
Yeah. But as you end up approaching, it looks like the corridor is completely blocked off by the smoke as well. What do you want to do?
Shits and giggles. I'm like, you know what? Let's try the source. Or no, you were gonna inspect the items.
These inspectors
I'm
are.
doing Identify on that.
Okay. How long does that take?
10 minutes per.
Okay. I'm gonna wait on the first one.
Okay.
Let's see what Arthur has to say on this. Maybe.
All right. So he has the Shadow Veil armor.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna read it out if that's alright.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Dark rune-edged armor clings to the wearer like a metal second skin. Whispers of shadow trail behind each step, and in moments of peril, the armor pulses with a chilling breath. So +1 to AC. Regain resistance to all damage. Attack rolls against you have disadvantage. Can move through creatures as if they were difficult terrain, leaving behind a trail of black mist. On a failed save, fall. Wait.
Yeah, so I think you kind of skipped over. That's a separate ability.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
This is part of an ability. Veiled Dying Mist. When you are reduced to 0 HP, you may make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. On a success, you instead drop to 1 hit point, and your body dissolves into living shadow until the end of your next turn. And then I get all that bonus and stuff. And then if I fail, then I just get knocked out. Normally.
What type of armor is that?
Scaled mail.
Scale mail.
So, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wear.
Is it actually?
Precisely.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, I actually do wear scaled.
Oh,
Because it's medium armor.
cool.
That's very cool.
Go for it, dude.
I have to attune to it first, but yeah.
Nice.
All of these are going to require attunement for sure.
Yeah, it's the shortest. Okay. Okay. I guess hearing that. All right. Well, I guess that's not going to really do much with the darkness. So, I'm going to attempt to use a 3rd level. Use Warding Wind again,
Okay.
and I'm going to see if, as I get close to it, if it starts to disperse the.
Looks like the winds begin to kind of push away the vapors and everything. As you're going down towards the treasure room.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought it was that.
There you go. So, because those are essentially where the lights were in the room during the last fight. So yeah, as you end up doing that, I want you to go ahead and kind of make a perception as you're walking into
Sure.
this room.
Percept.
Oh, that is a 26.
Okay. And you're able to start walking forward.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep.
And as you kind of start going, you begin hearing like the smallest little whisper. The smallest whisper in the back of your mind. Then you're going to hear a voice. The whisper in the back of your own mind is concerning, isn't it? Worrying, one might say.
It's gonna go in my head because I can't really say anything. I don't hear.
It's even more so because I hear it too.
You hear it? How can you hear it? You're a disembodied voice.
The dumb one asks very strong questions. A smart one might say. Well, what is this voice saying? You're going to begin kind of hearing the voice even clearer. Hearing it even clearer.
I'm gonna try to listen in onto it, yeah.
Yeah. You usually make another perception. Or I guess not perception, wisdom save.
Oh!
Save.
A save? 19.
19.
20 actually.
Nice
I
cock.
got +1 on saves.
That makes a difference. You're going to end up hearing a voice for a second. He is mine now. Yes. Yes. You sent him to me, Joseph. Yes. And you're going to end up hearing that voice through the Zephyrus winds and everything as you keep walking down that hallway.
Safely walking down the hallway.
Safely walking down the hallway.
Okay. And as you begin walking down the hallway even more, you're going to end up feeling that the wind is going and your skin's kind of barely getting singed periodically. It's just like necrotic energy and necrotic mist kind of hits you. It just kind of burns ever so bit. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you actually see what is a giant door in front of you that's kind of covered by all the mist and the fog.
What kind of door is it?
It looks like it is a massive steel door.
Steel?
Balls of steel.
You're going to end up seeing it actually has an ornate pattern going across it with looks like almost like a paisley kind of iron weave going across the exterior of this door. If there was to be a treasure room, you'd think this would probably be what it would be.
Okay. And any kind of handle or anything kind of like
No
locking
handle.
mechanism? Nothing like that.
You see a locking mechanism, that's it.
Okay.
I'll give you the second item. So the next item that you would have done would have been the mantle, and that's called Mantle of the Dark Wraith.
You have resistance to necrotic damage. When you take necrotic damage, make a con save, DC 15. On a success, you regain that damage taken as HP. On fail, no effect. Requires attunement. Nice. Cool. Thank you.
So, what are you doing over there?
I'm just like looking at shit.
What do you get out of it? What do you get out of it?
Well, I get to see what this does. You know, when properly attuned, when probably being able to think of these things as they have living souls, and you have to convince them to like you and that they are okay with you wearing them or using them. Not all of them are so sentient, but getting used to one, getting attached to it, does take some time.
How do you get all that just from looking?
Well, magic, simply. Spells.
So what do they do?
Well, that. And, well, they seem interesting. And might apply very well in our circumstance.
Sure shit seems like it.
Would definitely help me more than what I'm wearing. And if we defeated an evil god and it dropped its mantle, why not possess it and use it? Wear it as a trophy. Ooh, Cassian's going to be so jealous. Oh my god. Where is Cassian? Did he also cower like me for some time?
You're actually going to end up seeing what is Cassian just passed out on the floor in the corner of the room. It looks like he might have been hit by some attack early on in the fight, and he's just completely incapacitated in the corner. Looks like he's stable, though.
All of the missed attacks that happened were actually on him. Yeah.
Like on that.
So a locking mechanism, huh?
Yeah. Can I inspect the locking mechanism and
Sure.
like any like kind of clues as to how like to properly unlock it or what it's used to unlock?
Sure. Yeah, so as you end up kind of looking at it, it looks like the locking mechanism seems like it's almost like a two-part locking mechanism. It has some kind of a key assembly below it, and then it has some kind of a turn dial above it of some kind that you're kind of messing with it. It looks like the wind's kind of shaking and rattling it, but it looks like it almost like a knob you would kind of spin with a keyhole right underneath that.
So keyhole and dial, which I have no key. No idea what it is. Okay. And there's like no opening on the door, no like little bars or anything that you can't perceive through. It's just straight iron door.
Straight
steel door.
Straight steel door.
I want to punch it really hard,
Okay.
just to kind of really test it.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll on the door.
As a 21. 22 actually.
22?
That door's getting fucking beat.
As a 8.
Okay. And as your fist goes straight into that door, you're actually going to feel that your knuckles begin to kind of like fracture a little bit as you realize, oh my god, I actually still have some fractures in my bones from that fight earlier, and it seems like that might have actually made it even worse.
Okay, alright. Really, really thick door. Okay. That's not gonna work. Can't bronze your way out of this. Alright, I'm going to... And I'm just like... And it also doesn't help that this burns a little bit. It's like hot sand, hot sand, hot sand, hot sand. And I'm just going to try to hurriedly make my way back.
Okay. Alright, and as you end up getting back, Arthur, you're going to end up having read the last one. So that is going to be called Dark Wraith Culling.
I'm just like sitting there talking and doing this. How long is a short rest?
An hour.
Yeah, it's only been about like 20 or 30 minutes. Well, probably close to 30 because you guys did 3 magic items. So.
Okay.
Whoa. It's a long sword. It has sap. Ooh. So it's versatile and has sap. Dark Wraith Culling. This blade, when drawn, pours out necrotic energy, begging its user to slaughter as black mist falls from the hilt like a salivating, starving hound. The blade gets what it wants. So it's a magic weapon, and it has a +1 bonus to attack and damage roll, so it's a +1 longsword. And Shadowfilled Blade. When you would hit your first enemy while the weapon is charged, you deal an additional or take 2d6 necrotic damage.
Deal or take?
Yeah. Interesting. You can do this once per short rest. And it looks like that.
Oh wow.
Cool.
And it's a what sword?
Longsword. Not a great sword, but a longsword. Okay. Do you think... Well, how did it go over there? In the treasure room?
Oh, you're just gonna see just just me come out from the shadows, just over the, and I'm just gonna be. And I'm like, and I'm just gonna drop the wings. By the way, shadow still hurts, still cinders. Don't go into it. Heard really weird voice in there. Even the narrator heard it, right? You heard it too.
Yes.
See?
So we can just address it. Very good.
Yeah.
Narrator is a bit confused as to why there's a conversation happening about the narrator.
Well, you're included in this now, man. So,
The narrator is a part of the adventuring group.
At least
You are.
in our
There's the smart one, the dumb one, the short one, the leader, and the charismatic one.
That you are, bud. That you are.
We miss seeing this one. We will miss. Come join us. You seem trustworthy.
The narrator wishes to proceed, but the narrator knows that his place is within the realm of the key. The narrator wishes to meet once again, and the party members do as well.
I don't know if I want to marry him. No.
Well,
While this was quite the
escapade.
yes, we still have to be in a whole political negotiation with the Lord's most trusted advisors. Yeah, that's what's waiting for us outside. I can't wait to look beat the fuck up and going over there. You know, literally we're walking on our last limbs. Some of you probably need several different...
Yeah, I think I fractured a little bit more inside this limb when I beat that door. By the way, there's a big iron door down that hall. Very intricate door, great engravings, locking mechanism, dial, we need a key for it. I punched it really hard. Didn't budge. Oh boy! Yeah, it hurts to give you a thumbs up, but yeah.
I want to look past Reginald down the hallway. Is the fog still there?
Fog is still there.
Okay.
But regardless, voice really sinister, really eerie.
Like shrink at all.
Was telling me saying that she
roll
was
perception
thanking
for me.
Thanatos for bringing someone to her.
You're not really noticing anything.
Okay. You just had this as you were going down the hallway.
He heard it too. We both heard it.
Well.
It was peculiar.
Then I guess if at least two of us are crazy, then it's probably not so crazy. Well,
Well, you did say this wasn't a god, didn't you?
Well, the creature we were fighting was not a god.
What was it?
Not a god. Some lowly creature that we were
One of the
able to take.
demigods, one of the beings that worship or are part of
Lower than a god.
one of
My
the
points.
gods.
Well, that kind of makes my point. Do you think it was the God's God? Or the not God's God? I don't know.
Well, they are in the same realm as the one who did bestow this upon me. I raised my purpley, smoky, tattooy arm.
Roll religion for me.
That's a 4.
Okay. It's just, it's weird. You've seen this so many times. You're just like, why does that give me the chills?
Literal chills.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you keep talking. I'm gonna let you kind of try and.
I guess it probably belonged to either Morgina or Thatas of some sort.
Okay, now I'm going to let you roll with advantage.
Hey, really quick. Is the body of our Targar here?
Yeah, it's still in the corner.
Can I inspect the body?
Yeah, you can.
Can I find it?
Roll investigation.
Roll a 6 and an 18.
6 and 18. Okay.
Woo, it's 17.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. No, I might be mixing up skills. Hold on.
6, what did you say?
18.
18. Okay. So actually now it's going to keep you like a freight train. It's like, I've heard about that. I've heard about markings like that. These are the markings of people who have been blessed by dark gods and dark magic. He's been blessed by evil incarnate.
$13, by the way.
Yeah, as you're like kind of rifling through the body, like you're really just trying to tear this apart, and you're finding bits of just food crumbs and all kinds of little rots, and you end up seeing what is like a little roach kind of falling out of one of the pockets in the inner chest, and looks like you're seeing mold and everything. You find more little pouches. You find one of the pouches, you kind of pull it out, but the pouch is just a bunch of the white powder from earlier. You're just kind of like, oh god, this is just falling everywhere around you. It's like okay. You're not really finding anything.
Okay. Oh. Oh, go ahead. Say what you say.
What are you? Those markings are evil. You've got a ring of the Lord's.
And we all three of us just killed the demigod. It's all quite mad.
But at the same time, I should have died. And I just go back to my fingers again, and I'm just. But what are you?
I am more of a utilitarian, as one could say. You did most of the damage to that one. I just kept bringing you back. I was just using a simple spell. But I'm just a normal. I'm just me. I'm just a normal person. I'm an artificer. I mean,
Guys, she did not have a key. She had a roach, and some white powder. But
What
no
is
key.
he?
Huh?
What is he? His markings are evil. He's skated around questions since I got here about his ring.
Well,
But
the mark.
hold on.
Okay.
But he's the only reason we're still going.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck to think.
Well, I think we should be thanking him. Thank you, Arthur. That he just saved our lives countless times.
Thank you, Arthur. What is he?
No, the pin.
I'm just confused.
Oh, they're
saying.
A man? I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay, we can. Well, I want to look at the portal and see if it's like. Yeah. Didn't you bring that?
Roll an investigation really quick.
I rolled really shitty.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 24.
Okay, you can see the portals actually kind of begin to kind of like tremor a little bit. It begins to kind of pulsate, just a little bit. It's very subtle, but you're able to pick up on it.
We can take a few moments here to chat, bring you up to speed. Seems to be a good time while we have, the artificial amount of time that's in here. Well, a lot has happened since we met on the road on the escape out of Pike. Before all this, I was a dungeon delver, and I would go and find mysterious artifacts or treasure or rumored rumored loot that can be around, and would just go and try to find it. So I would spend my time in libraries learning about what I could, just so I can go find and make my best educated guess as to where things might be. I did that, and even took a few commissions from the Lord and his court about, finding just objects. It wasn't anything too, of course the objects were special, but they paid great coin for me to not hold on to them and for me to find them. Though losing all of that in Pike was the biggest downfall, because we're sitting on quite a nice nest egg, if you will. But through our adventures, we ended up in the Underdark, and in this temple of Morgina, where her cult is still alive and well. And prior to us entering, we had run into quite the sticky situation with our previous comrade, who decided to jump almost headfirst down a very large, maybe, what would you say, 150-foot deep pit or so?
He jumped into a pit of death, basically.
He saw water at the bottom and thought, he'll be fine, while he's wearing full plate armor. It was very silly. He almost died.
He did. He almost did. He still died. End of the story, yes, he still kind of died, but not from that.
Not from that, no. We ended up finding, previously, a ritual book that would allow me to become attached to some being, some deity, and be able to harness greater power myself through the use of someone else's soul. But the power was mutual, so if I was fine, the host was fine. The host is what it was called. I am the chosen, he was the host. So now I am still the chosen, but my host is dead, and I still don't know what that means. That's some sort of ticking time bomb I keep usually forgetting about.
Yeah, are you going to be okay if you don't find another host?
I don't even know if it's possible to even make another host or do anything like that. But long story short, it saved him in the short run, and then it was pure hubris after that got him killed. And yes. So we're now down a comrade, and I have this unusual magical power, but I'm tied to this god that is now apparently more evil than this fellow. But it has gotten us out of quite a few pickles, I would say. I feel like, have cheated death more than a few times.
Oh, already
And
in the last hour.
I have to see that part.
So, I'm glad you're here. You have proven yourself quite resourceful and sturdy, and thank you for your help with this place. This is kind of the main reason I didn't want to do this kind of thing while we were supposed to go have a very important negotiation. I haven't even had time to think about what we were going to say or what we were even. It's either way. I'm still missing some details. I'm sure we'll fill it in the meantime. What questions? I don't know. What do I want?
You're both talking to me, right? During this whole thing.
He's more talking, I'm like throwing in quips. Throwing in quips in there.
Can I roll insight with disadvantage? Because I feel like I would believe both of them, but I don't want to make that assumption. Because I really don't know.
So you're wanting to roll disadvantage means that you don't want to do it, so I would just not do insight. If that's your train of thought, then I would just not roll insight at that point.
Well,
Just roll.
this feels like the first real answer I've gotten from him.
Yeah, sure.
So I want to believe it, but I don't know my character would. But he's backing him up.
Okay, then just roll insight.
Insight,
Yeah, just roll insight. And both you guys, so same thing as before, right? Both you guys go ahead and roll deceptions. I know what's going on between you guys. You're going to go ahead and roll insight. So just send me the dice rolls so I know what dice rolls are.
I did that public.
My only one for that.
And that's 20. Like you said, there's only one in there. I thought you got more ones. But
only nat 20.
Oh, only nat 20 in there.
Only one.
We rolled better than I did.
What did you roll?
17.
Okay, so 17. What'd you roll? Oh, you don't have to tell me. You can message it to me. So. For a message, just because.
Okay, if you prefer the message, I'll send you a message.
Yeah, no, you kind of said something. We intentionally don't say it out loud just in case there are things. There's not always something, but it's nice to have a mystery, right? It's like a mystery.
Yeah, mystery.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you're kind of looking at both of them, it seems like Reginald is stone cold serious as he's going through this. Like he is like kind of almost reliving some of the accounts as everything's being said.
You can see the PTSD in my a little bit. Just a little twitch here and there, maybe is like tired expression as well. It just says that something like, yeah, Not fun. Memorable.
You're getting the same thing basically from Arthur. Arthur's kind of staring into the eyes, and it seems like he's trying to be sincere, while also just keeping in mind that this has been very traumatic for him, as he's lost multiple friends through the course of this, and he's kind of recounting the tale.
Thank you, Arthur.
No, thank you for being here. Because truly, if your help, if we didn't require your help, we would not have gotten here this far. I fear. And
In all fairness, I know you ain't gonna be dead. Really dead. Really dead. But I feel like that's the first good answer I've gotten out of you since I got here. So
yes,
I appreciate it.
We just haven't had a good time to chat.
You're probably right.
It's just the best.
So much seems like it's happened. And to be quite honest, those are usually pricks. So, you know, I gotta.
You're not wrong there.
Sorry for being a little hesitant.
I understand. I'm usually very cynical of whatever's revealed to me in haste. But
I'm glad we're being very open right now, but I would much rather do it instead of the dark, creepy place where we just almost died. Are we gonna go through this portal sometime soon?
I'd like to.
I feel like
The
that's
treasure room.
we have.
What was the key on the body?
No.
Maybe the sword will be the key. It just kind of seems very dark, evil, demigod-ish to have the sword as the key.
I mean,
Does it have an Umbring Garb on it? They said it was low.
yeah, there was a dial on it, and it was very keyhole shaped. So I think a key itself would have been the key. Question that way is also darkness.
Yep.
Can I want to hold?
That is worrisome, as it seems the adventurers are realizing that time is about to be up, and the time of the narrator is about to come to a close. He has come drawn to these adventures. Their stories, their connections. What happens when the adventurers are gone? Does the narrator stay? Do the adventurers live on in the next world? For I will not know.
Which story will be passed on?
The hopes of the narrator's story passed on bring narrator great relief. But there's one thing. And immediately, all of you just get sucked into the portal. It looks like everything's kind of collapsing. And we'll end it. Alright, well, thank y'all very much. I hope the stream is catching up, and if it didn't, well, we'll be posting the video tomorrow, so it looks like I'm going to have to make some more phone calls, and looks like I should change my apparatus, because that seems to be that's the only thing that's happening right now. Very frustrating, but anyways, thank y'all very much, and we'll be back at it again here next week, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Alright, thank you, y'all. See y'all next week.
Alright.
Excuse me. Just like your name.
We almost fucking died.
Walking session.
Holy shit.
That was crazy for you guys.
Clutch support, by the way.
I hope you guys have fun with that. So.
Yeah.
Glitch support. You managed to fucking evade everything.
Yeah.
I rolled like 17 rolls under 5. It was great.
Holy fucking shit.
I think that was probably one of the, from the DM,
the closest.
Yeah, I think that was the closest we've been to like a full-on TVK.
Yeah. Last session was almost a TVK. This session, I think, was close. Yeah, no,
I would have
closer.
been 32 health.
Same. Honestly, like 26, 29. That's how much I had. Insane.
Like, oh.
And you didn't have